It's Friday night.
Big
baby. Friday.
This is the jump. I saw you on Thursday night.
I saw you like every day.
I think I saw you like every day this week.
Monday,
What's up? What's up? See, we trying to bring you the show. That is the shit. You know?
I'm T.
I'm Jay.
Hey,
Easy.
And we're here. We got our guests and everything. But let me talk to my man first. How was your week?
Long and strong.
Really?
You know, yeah, up and down. I just did some last minute booking when I was on the way here. Tanya's like, be here at 8 o'clock. I showed up at what? 2 to 9.
At least you didn't show up like you did last time with busting in the door.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah. You know, in the industry, 3 minutes is a long time. long time.
So
we got some badasses. I think we should just keep it moving.
Yeah, but you got to ask me about my week first.
Normally. How'd you do? How was your week?
Weren't you together?
Yeah, I felt like I seen you all week, but how was your week? I saw your Sylvia's. How was Sylvia?
Oh, Sylvia was great. Great. Okay. You should have came, but you weren't, ready. But let me tell you, I got tired of people talking about Apple products and everything.
Really?
I am a Samsung woman, and guess what? I got an iPad today.
Really?
I got the X10 today. Look at that. And
I'm not in love with the X10. I'm rocking that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So, but I still have my Galaxy rocks. Okay, just laying right now.
I got the 7 because I might switch to.
But you got an iPhone.
Exactly. All right. So let's introduce our guest again.
Let's do it. Slow, easy.
So we're
not gonna start with Cake Diva. So Patrick, you're gonna open up the show anyway.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna introduce yourself. Just talk.
So my name is Patrick.
There you go.
Well, you guys know me. So I'm Patrick Riley.
But the people don't know you all the way.
Well, everybody, am the author of That's What Friends Are For.
That's
the women
right.
Who inspired me.
Yes.
That's right.
Part memoir.
That's right.
I'll take it. Part memoir. Part entertainment diary.
Yes.
And this has been a special week for us all with losing Aretha Franklin. So I'm proud that I was able to get this book out. We've been shopping it all summer, and she is for sure the women who inspired me.
I know. I was reading some of your experts on the book,
a lot of anecdotes.
Yes.
Show us a quick pic.
Here, let's start at the cover.
Let's show us a quick pic.
Let's start with the cover.
Look at that. Look at that. Yes, right there.
That's smart.
Yes, that's beautiful.
I was in audience with the Queen of Soul. She requested that I not only be present, but that I bring cameras. So this actually was covered for NBC, okay?
All right.
We can show it there, yeah.
Oh, you know Mike Sargent?
Mike Sargent came in through the house. Mike Sargent in the house. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Oh,
Where's
man,
Rebecca and everything?
Hot. You know Diva?
And
Cake Diva's from uptown.
Yes.
So sorry to interrupt people.
I love Mike Sargent. We do fellow on-camera personality work with a lot of the clients.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, I love that. That's amazing. I want to learn about the latest movies.
Oh yeah, we're gonna learn about that today.
Say that his reviews have been spot on.
Really?
I literally have gone to movies because of your reviews.
Yes.
And he's totally spot on.
Got it.
I have to
So refreshing.
agree because I asked about Fallout with Cruz.
Yeah.
And you nailed it. And it made it so much. I enjoyed it even more.
Yeah, me too.
Let me find out that Sexy Voice has got all the right stuff going on right there.
Got the right
there.
stuff.
Yeah,
He's got the right stuff.
So
man, give him 5. Let him chill.
Exactly.
What's up, R? Miss Soule?
How you
Mrs.
doing?
Soule,
I didn't
Mr.
see you
and
much
Mrs.
this
Soule.
week. I usually see you more than
I
once
know.
a week.
We ran. I was hustling.
We were running.
We both know what's happening.
Fast.
Tell it.
Summer's leaving in the Big Apple.
And it's
Yeah.
time.
No.
And for us on the Upper West,
It's
Yeah.
a countdown.
it really is.
It
It's
is the
like 2
countdown.
weekends left.
You start getting everything rolling for the fall.
No.
You start
Yeah.
scheduling into
It's
January.
nice.
I
and
do
May
not
and-
like
yeah.
wearing
I just
clothes.
I booked something for
Yeah.
October 1st today. That lets
Yeah.
me know we're in the fourth quarter.
So did I.
Yeah,
I booked it.
yeah.
I booked something for October 2nd.
Okay.
Okay.
That means we're all there.
Okay,
We're
we're going to the
there.
same bar mitzvah.
I think so. No, she's gonna be at the after party.
Oh, shit. Shit it up. All right, T. We got a special guest in the house. We're going to do this thing called Loyal Listeners. We'll get into that later. That's
Yes,
a tease.
Okay.
yes, that's a tease.
So our homegirl is a loyal listener. Y'all loyal too.
God.
Trust me.
Look at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
right there.
But Diva,
Cake Diva.
get up to the mic.
Diva.
Diva, give us a little respect. Give us some artists.
Cake Diva's in the house, everybody.
We love her. We
Oh my
love
God.
her and have loved her.
Look at all beautiful and everything.
Okay.
Where's the cake? Where's the cake?
Hello.
Hello.
The cake's right over there. We
Why
gotta
is it
bring
over there and not from the can?
Well, you know, we'll
That's
get
her
the cake.
job.
Oh my
We
God.
gotta
no,
get the
Rebecca's
cake
gonna
over
get the
here.
cake. Look, everybody, this cake is in dedication to Miss Aretha Franklin, the queen of soul.
Put it right here.
Cake Diva did it again.
It's a respectful tribute.
Respect. That's your respect, darling.
Isn't that
Okay, bro.
awesome? How do you turn it?
Not bad for last minute. What? Last second. What?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Cake Diva. Yes, and this is like her hat. Yeah, her hat.
I think the Cake
all
Diva
edible,
said,
Yes,
"What
yes,
you want, baby, I got it."
Yes.
What
you want?
Auntie
Baby,
Riri
I
would be
got
cutting
it.
that up.
So, anyways, Cake Diva.
Oh, this is edible. We can eat this.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna eat this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought the cutter.
We're gonna eat that.
The
Yes.
high heel diva cutter.
Yeah, we should move it. We should move it.
Cake Diva's
Thank you so much.
That was
man.
beautiful.
Wonderful
Yeah.
presentation. Does everybody
you.
see each other? Do we see live?
I can't see Miss Cake Diva, the computer.
Are we all
Oh,
live?
there you go. Stand up, lady.
Yeah,
There you go. You see her good?
It's okay.
All right, good.
I-
So, anyways, tell us about yourself, Miss Cake Diva.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing cakes only forever. I did the cake
I
for,
agree.
27 years
Oh, okay.
for all my children in one life that live.
That's right.
Oh. Microphone, your microphone, baby.
Yeah, you got to talk into the mic, girl.
Well, I can also talk a little louder.
Yeah, but the people won't hear you though.
All right.
Let them
Okay.
hear you.
So
And slow.
I've done that. I've done a lot of celebrity cakes.
Name some.
Drop it.
Susan Sarandon, Beyonce.
Beyonce?
I heard of her.
You know,
You did
Okay.
Black is the New
Brown.
Orange or whatever?
Orange is the new black.
Right on.
He said black is the one.
Right on.
But for me, it was Orange is the New Black. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. That was very interesting because I didn't realize that we were actually going to be filming in a real live prison with real live prisoners.
Wow.
Until after I knew it was a prison once I got there. But afterward, I said, well, you know, we all leaving now. You guys coming? Because, you know, they had the high cheekbones, bone structure stuff. You know, I figured models, you know. They were like, no.
No.
I was like, why? Oh, well, we're the guards. What about those guys who look really like character actors that we had lunch with? And they were like, no, they're prisoners.
They were really prisoners.
Yeah! Mommy.
Were they like on good behavior and they got to be on
Did
the
they get
show
to
or
eat
something?
cake?
Like,
Yeah.
how did they get selected?
I guess they were, but they were looking at us like wise and otherwise out the side of their neck and stuff. So I
Did
was
anybody
like,
ask you to
Are
bake
you
something in your next cake?
serious?
No, you know what? I went incognito.
Oh.
They did not know that I was Cake Diva.
Did she
the
say
lady, yeah.
She said it.
She did say that.
the lady that gave me the costume and stuff, you know, the DOC jumpsuit that made sure that I couldn't go outside and get anything to eat because it would be bad news.
Right.
So the lady that gave me that, she was like, "I seen you somewhere before." I'm like, "I seen you somewhere before, but no, I don't remember." I'm like, "Oh, it's about to blow my Cake Diva cover off."
Oh.
So yeah, it was fun. It was.
You survived.
That's
You
right.
survived.
All right.
And I'll survive
New
again.
Star
too,
Women.
baby.
What
I've
was
been
your
on
part?
it a
What'd you
long
do?
time.
You sent me a picture. What'd you do? What was your part?
Well, you know, I was like, I'm a lifer.
Oh,
They had me there.
So-
I'm doing life. Okay.
you doing life for what? What'd you do?
What
Well,
did
it only
not
needs
do?
to be for life.
Okay.
That's
I had to
awesome.
get the girls in line when we were in prison there too. You know.
Oh Lord! So
Oh.
your
That was
your
the
cakes
tallest one.
your cakes were you were the first black woman on the Food Network, right?
Yes,
Oh my
yes, yes.
God.
I was the first.
The first, baby. The
first
first.
African
Those are stats.
American on
Trailblazer.
the cake
Trailblazer.
challenges
Oh, y'all
and
are
stuff.
trailblazers.
It was
Alright.
it was the birthday cake challenge. I did the gingerbread mansion challenge and with Duff I did, and he didn't win, by the way, he lost. Did the mystery cake challenge. Okay, and so yeah, I helped them get syndicated.
Oh,
Okay.
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 Also changing the world of cake into what it is now, because
Which
it
is?
wasn't like that.
It sure wasn't.
Well,
know-
save some of that. Save some of that.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Save
Okay.
some of that. We
All
got
right.
it with teaser changing the world. You know, I can't taste some of this cake. We got bubbles. We got cake.
That's right.
You know what? We celebrating our first season.
I like it.
So, let's talk about
Yeah.
you, because I know, Pat, you changing the world. You changing. Come on.
I'm changing people's minds.
That's true.
Yeah, and their
souls.
hearts, their
Right.
souls.
Important.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. I like to think of myself as the best kept secret in New York City as far as yoga is concerned.
Okay.
I spend my time when I'm not teaching yoga, learning and trying to create situations to teach people more yoga and be better at teaching it. So I don't have 80 billion followers on Instagram or anything like that. I just don't take the time to do all that. I take the time to teach, and so in that respect, the people that do come to my classes,
11th Street.
they're taken.
Shout it out, baby.
Yeah,
Don't
where-
11th
where's your
Street
classes?
and Sonic Yoga down on 8th Avenue. Yeah, in the meat packing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it looks fun.
It's really
The
fun.
pictures look fun. You
Yeah.
look like you're having a good time.
Yeah,
So you love what you do, right?
I love what I do. I'm going to
Jay's
Nantucket
over
next
here.
week for a little wine
Oh, really?
thing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's over
I
here
know.
fighting.
We're having technical. I always have
Good.
technical.
I love that you're holding the mic. I'm like waiting for him to go.
I'm like having major tech.
Sing
Can you hear me
along.
now?
Control yourself.
Exactly.
Hold
Okay,
my
you,
mic.
All right.
okay, you got it?
I'm alive.
Okay.
Are you with it?
I'm listening, right? 11th
Let's get to
Street.
this book here. Let's talk about
Yeah,
Aretha
yeah.
now. You know, Aretha was
Now that we know everybody.
definitely
The queen.
the queen of soul, queen.
There's no way around it.
Exactly, you're right.
She is just, I'm trying to really process. I mean, we had a few days when we found out she was as ill as
Yes,
she was.
right.
To sort of, get ready as a pop culture analyst. I'm kind of thinking my memories. I got to
Right.
get my memories right.
Right.
I just did the book. Let me look at those chapters, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But once the news came yesterday morning, I'm
It
still in
was like-
shock. Because it's kind of like I never really imagined a world without Aretha Franklin. Like literally. Not
Right.
even per se like a goosebump moment,
Uh-huh.
but the fabric of our lives. We were
Yeah.
talking earlier. She is
Earlier
the
about it.
soundtrack of our lives on so many levels.
Right.
And what I want to make sure I speak about is, we can talk about the 60s and the 70s, the beginnings of
Right.
her establishing herself as the queen of soul.
Uh-huh.
But what cuts it down is that she continued to take that
all
instrument
the way.
through
the
to
end.
yesterday
Till the end.
morning.
Yes,
I
yes,
argue.
sir.
I argue she might have.
I say she'd go out singing.
She might have did a little hum.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless her.
In
Because-
the yoga tradition, they say that if you die and the sound of Om is on your lips,
Yes.
Oh, really?
your spirit releases.
Really?
And that's a very loose translation for all the technical people out there, but it's
Yeah.
but I can imagine
And
she
can you
had
imagine?
that sound like in her way of just
It was the
whether
sound.
it was amen or whatever it was, but it was she was making a
the
sound.
spirit.
Yeah.
And she had the spirit of that. She was a
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
The last time we saw her perform was, on
was that?
it was the Elton John AIDS benefit in November.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't see
I
it.
know
but
it wasn't.
yeah.
I
And
know
she
it wasn't the
probably-
CBS thing.
No, it was in
Yeah,
November
Washington
for
Day.
Elton John and doing what she did beyond the voice and the talent.
Right.
It was
right.
for
Yeah, definitely.
AIDS research.
Everything. Yes, exactly.
She was always about it. Was she was cutting checks for Angela Davis before it was cool to do so.
You know what? I heard that today. Sharpton was talking. I was like, oh, she wants, but he said she cut a check. He said it on the air.
Yes.
And they all
Cut a lot
said
of
she
checks.
was about civil rights,
Right,
and gay
definitely.
She
movement,
was the
Gay
go-to.
movement,
and
the LGBT.
pride and music and
Yes.
AIDS and social conscious
and so generous.
up to I guess 24 hours ago, prior to her
I
passing.
bet and I think she commanded her respect. Now the Queen of Soul. Yes,
You ever met her?
I have met her many times.
Many?
Can I tell you about when I first met her?
Yes, please
Yes,
tell me
please.
about when you
In
first met her. I was going to ask.
1993, I was just out of Morehouse College. My first gig
You
with
went to Morehouse?
Morehouse,
I didn't know that.
the
Right
alma
on.
mater of
I was in
Dr.
it-
Martin Luther
Yeah.
I was in
King
Atlanta
Jr.,
around that
Spike
time. I
Lee,
probably met you. Didn't
Samuel
you know?
L.
Yes.
I know the list is long.
AUC
Very long.
in the house. Come on, let's give it to them. They just brought in another
High five to
great
Where's that
class
school?
of students in Atlanta,
ATL.
Georgia.
Georgia. And you
ATL.
came out of Chapel Hill, right?
Chapel Hill, yeah.
Yeah.
So the HBCU culture, even
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of the
Yeah.
HBCUs
She
are
was
in North Carolina.
Kakalaka. Yeah, look at her
absolutely.
smiling. She loving some North Kakalaka. So man, you from North Kakalaka?
So here, no, I'm from Savannah. Oh wait. Yeah.
You from where?
I was just down there 2 weeks ago, but I'm not
He
from
visits.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He visits.
Okay.
So here I am.
Uh-huh.
Aretha Franklin has come to Atlanta. She's come to town for the first time in a decade because she was afraid to fly.
Yes, that is
So
true.
in
That was true.
'93,
Yes,
she
yes.
made a decision to do this to a few one-nighters in the South, and
Uh-huh.
Atlanta was one of the stops. I got the opportunity to go and interview her backstage at Chastain Park. She decided she wanted to wait until the after
What
party.
did she have on? How was her hair? What was
her hair was kind of like Marge Simpson. She had like a crimped.
Yeah.
She flosses that.
She had a beautiful red knit dress on.
Fur coat.
She had her fur coat.
Even
though it was summertime Atlanta.
She loves dropping
summertime
the
Atlanta. So she says, "Let's do the interview at the after party, Ritz-Carlton Buckhead." So I'm going to meet her later at Ritz-Carlton Buckhead. She comes into the party. Guess what? It's the Queen of Soul. She still kind of doesn't feel like it. Like she doesn't feel like it. But I've got armor. And my armor was that I know she loved Young and the Restless.
Oh,
my mother raised her boys to love
I love
the soap operas. And I worked for the
Longest
station
running
that
CBS.
carried Y&R.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to warm her up. And I warmed her up by asking her a question about Young and the Restless. And for 10 minutes, we kikied about Young and the Restless. So much so
there you go.
that by the end of the interview, she ended up, yes, thank you. So much so that by the end of the interview, she ended up impersonating Victor Newman. Now, if you're a Y&R fan,
I know all.
he's
I
the
am
villain.
a Y&R fan. I don't
He's
watch
the patriarch.
Is he still on that thing?
He's still on.
He's still on.
I just saw it today.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I just saw it today. He's still on.
That's
and
a
so
fascinating
anecdote. So that was my moment. And so we cut the piece for Good Day Atlanta. It won an Atlanta Association of Black Journalists Award.
You did.
Really?
So
Where's the award in the picture in the book?
So this is
you gotta floss your awards,
these are pictures from other moments because that moment established me being able to continue to be invited to.
Mike's gonna
Aretha
have to come in
Franklin's
and share your microphone. You
birthday
got a story,
party.
Sergeant?
There we are. That's us at her birthday party in 2008.
Which how old
That
was she
is
there?
great.
That
her
was
60th?
2008. You do the math.
I don't know.
Right? 10 years
Oh
ago.
yeah. Okay.
And then this is she and I. We were at the Motown musical preview. On Motown the musical on Broadway.
Yeah.
People don't realize though she was from Detroit. She was
13
not
heavy.
Motown. She was not on Motown.
No, she was born. Oh, really?
No.
But she was born in Buffalo, right?
No,
Then
born
she
in
was-
Tennessee.
Yeah, she was born in
Tennessee.
And then
I thought she
what?
was on
Motown.
Atlantic. She's not
Barry
Motown.
Gordy, when he first started, approached
He
her.
approached
Put the mic.
her.
You gotta get to the mic.
She was too small.
Barry Gordy. Yeah.
We
Go
gotta
on.
get you a
Too
chair.
small.
Her dad
Oh.
felt the label was too small at the time.
Yes.
And didn't sign.
Absolutely.
Clyde
Didn't
picked
sign.
her up.
Yeah.
No. Clyde didn't pick her up for many
Yeah, that was
years.
in the 80s when he picked her up.
She was with Columbia first doing more like jazz and the American
Exactly,
songbook.
there
She
you
didn't
go.
get into that Stax respect sound until the mid to late 60s. That was Atlantic, and then she was the queen of Atlantic through to the late 70s, though her sales waned in the 70s. I mean, we could tell the story. But then Clyde picked her up late 70s. She moved into Arista, and I love to say she competed against,
Whitney?
inclusive of, and in cooperation with Whitney Houston.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
yes,
they
yes.
had a good thing going. She was charting with Freeway of Love, and Luther Vandross
Cadillac.
cut two great albums on her Jump to It, and Get It Right.
And
That
she
was
was
my
in
favorite
movies.
one there.
And she did Blues
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yes.
Blues Brothers.
All during that time. That
Go
was the
Soul Man.
early 80s. It was like Aretha was back.
Yeah, exactly.
And she continued on. I mean,
And
Lauryn
a whole
Hill
new
cut something
generation
great on her in the
figured out who
90s.
she was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go get it.
So through the years, Aretha
You
has
see the cake, Mike?
been there.
Right.
She has been there and has been a contender on the charts and beyond, and even beyond her chart topping.
Cut
She's
it
just
out.
a generous woman. She's and she can
We get the
cook.
hair off of it.
We know
Yeah, she could cook.
she knew her way
Well,
around a collard green.
Who's better?
She or Patti LaBelle?
She knew her way around
Well,
the
it's
collard
funny,
green. That's
when,
hilarious.
When I interviewed Aretha the last time, it was 3 years ago here in New York,
That's a lot of
and
pressure.
it was Empire had
For me to
just
cut
started, and I asked her. Lee Daniels came to the party, and I asked her if she'd consider doing Empire, and she said she had just seen Patti LaBelle's
take it up there
cameo
and
in
cut it.
Empire,
You
and
do
she
the
says,
services.
"I think I could bring something." So they
They
had
that
a
was in
little
the works?
competitive spirit as recently as 3 years ago.
Wow. That's cute though.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute,
It's really
right?
cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
What about you, You got any singing skills? Some
My
great looking
first,
rings
when
over
I
there.
when I first thank you.
Were you
My-
singing to
my
Aretha?
friend-
My girlfriend made these rings. Yeah, I was singing to Aretha, but I was telling you earlier that I remembered growing up and like my mom singing that song and looking at her as a little girl and going like, what is she singing? And then we were all singing it just growing up. That was just that song. And the way that article I was telling you about in the New York Times, the way he described girls and women singing that song, and how when you sing the song, you get that little thing
Yeah,
in your
you
neck,
get that attitude.
your hands go in your hips, you point at people.
You're like a
and
baby Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
That's it.
Janet Jackson?
Absolutely.
Really?
I have met Janet many times.
I know you met a lot of people. I
You
look
met
at
Elton
everything.
John? I'm going to see Elton John.
I have
this year.
met
I
Elton.
got
You know,
tickets.
when I lived in Atlanta in the 90s, Elton was in Atlanta in the 90s. So a lot of his AIDS
okay.
events and charities I'd be able to
So
attend.
you're a culture expert.
I'm a pop culture expert.
Who's your publicist?
Yeah, my publisher is Dorpy Books,
Okay.
and
We'll
I'm
get you
my own
airtime.
guy. I'm my own guy.
I'm telling you,
know,
I'm
I
not
book
trying
myself.
to cheap pitch myself.
I
Always
book
on.
myself.
Always on.
But I can
Always
pitch
on.
you the hell out of television.
That's why it's always on.
Jay.
We know why he
You
was
ask
asking
questions
questions.
like, have you met so and so? This is Patrick goddamn
You,
Ryan.
exactly. The
You
man,
know what? I know
the
you through
man.
runnings, but we never rap like
Right,
this.
absolutely.
say
We've
when
never.
You
I
know,
you
but I
in
feel
the
you on
lobby, I
that,
got
big
a little
one. Yeah,
nervous.
take the mic over there.
I
Mike.
was like, oh my God, there he
Handle
is.
So what's
Handle
your
that.
favorite
Mike's in the
song?
building. We got to introduce
Oh, wait a
Mike.
minute. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Come on in there, Mike.
Mike.
Yes.
Come on in there, Mike.
Oh, man,
Come
join
here.
your wifey.
Wait.
Because we're getting ready to go to commercial break in a bit.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. Go ahead.
Share the mic with Mike. So,
Good evening.
man. All right, give up.
Barry White's in the house.
That's
in the
sexy voice
That
there.
could be.
Hello.
I wish he gave us some music.
That could be James Earl Jones too. Well, I don't even know what am I looking at here.
You ain't looking at nothing.
No,
you.
the
I'm
camera
looking at
got you.
the camera got me.
Yeah,
Don't
No,
touch
I'm
that.
not touching it. I'm just looking at it.
You're being
That's
captured.
called the music.
Yeah, you got to sit up a little bit.
Consider it
Oh.
surveillance.
Okay.
We know about that.
Watch your posture in the media, guys. Watch your posture.
Oh, wait,
Talk
okay.
slow, right?
Yeah, let me do this.
All right, so Mike.
my posture.
Okay,
How's it
two.
look?
Oh shit,
Check
Tonya,
that, okay?
two people joined us while you're watching your posture. All right.
Oh.
Hey,
Were you
she's
watching
with
my
she's with
phone?
a yoga teacher. She's gonna have to watch her.
Oh, that's true.
Well, who joined us? Hello,
Soul
everybody
Man
on
joined
Facebook.
us. Say hi, Soul Man.
Hello, wonderful world.
Did you?
Soul Man.
Soul Man.
He's giving Dennis Quaid.
Soule.
Oh,
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
He's giving Dennis Quaid.
That
I
is
couldn't
right.
say it. I
That is
felt
right.
like I
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're his brother.
Absolutely.
Very handsome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're very, very
Are
welcome.
you his brother?
Distant cousins.
Oh,
There you go.
On the
Okay.
real? On the real? Because you know he knows Elton.
Oh, come on.
You never know. The shit.
Get the fuck out of
This
here.
is the shit, and the guests we bring are the
That's it.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. High
People
five.
are
That's
talking
right.
about.
What's up,
What?
Sergeant?
What's up? What? I'm talking to him here.
Sergeant, introduce yourself.
I'm Mike Sargent. How are you?
I'm
I'm
fantastic.
doing fine.
So tell us about Aretha. Tell us about Spike.
I'll
Really
tell you about
quick, you
Spike,
got.
tell you-
Oh, I was hoping you were
Tell me
gonna
what you
do
want to
that.
know.
2 out of
Talk
7
about
minutes.
anything. All right.
Black Klansman.
Yeah,
Are we
tell
gonna-
us
do we
about
talk
it.
about that?
All right, well-
thumbs up
wait,
and
wait,
then a
wait.
thumbs down.
Well, I
Tell
definitely
everybody what he
yes.
does. What you do, baby?
All right,
I
I'm
told
a
you.
film critic,
He didn't
film
do
and
it.
culture critic on WBAI. I'm on PBS. I'm on Fox Business News. I'm a bipartisan
He's
film
global.
critic, okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Now, this is
And
global
so
too.
That's
so
what I
good.
do. But I'm a radio guy at heart.
Oh yeah,
that's what I do.
WBA.
WBAI.
What is that? Say it again.
It's 99.5. As a matter of fact, not right now, but not. How long are you going till?
We doubling up, guys. Did we
Going-
not
going
tell
to
you?
11.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Okay.
know that.
After 11 o'clock.
We're going
No, we're
deep.
not. We're not.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you're not?
We're not
No,
going
no.
there.
Okay,
Don't
all
worry
right.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Got
As
it.
soon
We're
as
good.
they're done,
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock, I have an Aretha Franklin special
On the radio.
Edit.
on the radio.
my facial
WBAI
expression.
That was-
Wait, did you
99.5.
hear that, Jay?
10 till midnight.
At 10 o'clock?
At 10 o'clock till
He's got
midnight.
an Aretha Franklin show on the radio.
That's right.
Well, give us
Special.
more. Oh, really?
Yeah, so-
Special.
I
Yeah.
was
Okay, what's the
listening.
special gonna
With
be
my
about?
perfect
Well, it's about
posture.
Aretha,
Yeah.
but I cover
wasn't
her
listening.
career.
I heard
I
you were
go back.
co-hosting.
I do a lot of remixes and things that rare things that you haven't heard, just to show the power for music and how many people and how many genres she's touched.
Tell about-
the more you know about Aretha, you can't last for 6 decades and stay the queen if there isn't quite a bit there. Do you agree, Patrick?
Oh,
Absolutely. I
You know,
totally
I mean, and she
agree.
was crowned the queen long before she was on Columbia. When she wasn't even 20
That's right.
when they started calling her the
was a
Queen of Soul.
teen.
She was a teen.
Really?
Okay. Yes. And you know it's interesting
teen
too
queen.
because she picked. Why am I blanking on her
And the
name?
mother.
To play her in the movie, Patrick Riley, Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer
Oh, yeah,
Hudson.
that's
Jennifer
right.
Hudson.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And you know
that's
Well,
Jennifer
Halle
Hudson.
Berry first, but
Halle Berry turned it down.
But that's right.
Okay,
yeah.
but you know that's all right. And
Yeah.
but she wanted either Audrey McDonald
That's right.
or
Jennifer Hudson.
And Jennifer Hudson, has a gospel background too.
I think Jennifer can capture it.
Really good.
It makes sense for what's going on in Hollywood.
And I think Clive likes that too.
I think Clive likes that. It all ties in. It all ties into a Clive bottom line.
Listen,
but when you talk about Aretha, we have this. She is the queen of soul, and we play her as black people, for us, by us. But I love your memories because Aretha was global and was appreciated by everybody.
Well, because Aretha sang truth.
That's right.
And
that translated.
Yes, it did. Look, she took Otis Redding's song and turned it into a female empowerment song.
Anything she...
I don't know that.
I've heard her do Beatles songs and make it her own, and you're like, wow, she's Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah.
So,
I heard she did Pavarotti.
Yeah, there's nothing she has. She has always stretched herself.
He called in sick. She stepped in.
There you go. Okay. In a cinematic way that someday we'll all be free, the Donny Hathaway remake in Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah.
It's its own character.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, when my first day, when I first went to college, I went as a music student.
It's a moment.
It is a moment, but in every decade she had a moment where she redefined what Aretha Franklin is. That's what I think.
I
Do you agree? In the 70s with Sparkle. I was just going to say, Sparkle. That's right.
And I talk about the set. That was when the sales were waning, but that soundtrack.
Yes, it
was iconic.
That's
and
what
it was controversial because she was the sole voice on a soundtrack, and her voice was not in any of the movie because the movie featured Irene Cara, Lynette McKee, who sang the songs. But she did the soundtrack and recorded all the songs. So fans of the movie were a little upset that it was all Aretha. But guess what? She carried it, and those songs exist on The Quiet Storm to this day. The Makings of You.
Absolutely.
On and on I could go.
They're probably in Oprah shows because Oprah tries to bring music out.
Giving him something he can feel.
Of course.
Remade by In Vogue years later, but
oh really?
Aretha did that on that soundtrack, and that was a big radio hit at the time.
It was. It still is. I still
Hooked
love
on
that
Your
song.
Love.
Oh my gosh. So what's your favorite?
I love Jump to It.
That's mine too.
Luther
Vandross,
Jump to It. When Luther produced these great early 80s. I thought I heard it. Do I hear it? No. When Luther did those great tracks on her, they had some great stories in the studio. Luther tried to tell Aretha how to sing those lines. Aretha didn't take too kindly to that. But they came up with some magic. And so I love Jump to It. I think it was a great...
I love that album. That was my favorite.
It was a good album, right?
Yes. Yeah. I was in Germany.
So she did that project, and then she followed it up with Get It Right.
Huh?
I thought she was in Germany with Prince.
No. I mean, I was.
Our military roots.
Military roots, yeah. I remember where I was through music.
Yeah.
So if it was a song.
Music is the soundtrack of your life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So what's your favorite?
What's your favorite? Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I don't know. I just remember my Uncle Johnny playing a whole bunch of Aretha Franklin. And I know Respect is easy off the top of my head, but I think it was all her hot tunes.
Yeah.
Crazy Uncle Johnny.
Pink Cadillac. That was
Pink Cadillac.
Freeway of Love.
Freeway of Love. That was
Freeway of Love.
That was another good one of mine.
That was a
I like
great
the old shit when I thought in my mind she was Motown. Because Smokey talked about it today.
I thought she was Motown.
She was not Motown. Just from Detroit, and a part of the first family.
But she and Smokey grew up together.
They grew up together.
My mother loves
history in common.
Yes, they do.
Hi, Mom.
What is it? Smoke? I think they might have snuck a preteen kiss.
Hey, Mom.
Sure. Yes. Well, there was a little bit of that when you see them together.
That's right.
You got a little sense of
energy,
that. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Something else I got to say about Aretha that people know her for her pipes, but she was a hell of a piano player too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just like that, she kept stretching herself. She took lessons to do that classical album.
Absolutely.
No, she didn't take lessons. She was self-taught.
No. She
was self-taught,
but she continued.
When she went, she stretched herself. When she did that classical album, she took lessons because she wanted to be able to play it a certain way.
Look, every time she sat behind that piano, this is the things that I remember seeing. She would flip her fur coat.
Always dropping the fur.
Always dropping the fur.
Flipped and sat down and played the mess out of that thing.
Well, one of my big memories, it's a New York memory.
We're going to save a memory, come back to everybody's Aretha, but I'm giving you 45 seconds to explain your cake, and that because we're going to cut it in the break. And that's the countdown right here.
Cake Diva.
Come on, Cake Diva. Bring the earrings. Just 45 seconds. Keep it tight. Hit it.
Okay, so because she played piano, and of course I did.
You want to do
Because
this
she
live?
Because she played piano.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very important part of her musical talents, and it helped
Okay.
her be able to sing well.
Watch the
is what
cameras.
She did.
Okay.
And
So tell us, what's the cake? You got 18 seconds.
So you got the keyboards, and then is this the hat?
no, this right here is She's Gone to Heaven.
Oh.
Well, that's just something. Well,
You know, we have to respect.
Yes.
well, it's a homegoing, as they say.
Homegoing.
But
God
it
bless
gives
you.
the aesthetic of that
Rest in
hat
peace.
and the pearls and how she.
Whatever blows your skirt.
All of that, right?
Whatever blows your skirt. All right, we take a 2-minute break.
Yep.
Have some cake. Come back
We'll be
in
right
2.
back.
Right?
Sounds great.
That sounds
Right.
fantastic.
Thank
Is
you.
it angel food? Get it? Angel.
is it?
That was a
Yeah,
song.
no,
That was
yeah.
a song.
It's hard to have angel food cake.
It's so
That's too
beautiful.
late.
Hold up fondant, but we
It's
need
so
some plates.
beautiful.
Take it
Yeah.
over there. Take it to
Like
that. Take it to that nook.
Oh, you got it.
Take it to the bridge.
Like music.
I got some music.
I'm just glad I'm not in front of that board. Okay, how do I get this to play on here? Just
Okay, I'm watching it on mic.
Cause I didn't really need you all the same. I said I'm moving on without you, know my games. Since I ran out on crying, I got sick of all your lying. That's why this time I'ma break up my your ways. You must not have known what you had, boy. You let me slip right through your fingers, so sad for you. Because you had the best thing smoking, and now you are choking. I'm a token of your past, but I'm glad for you. Because when it's all said and done, you have to realize that you are the one that made me trigger my beginning. So this time I'm not forgiving you. I saved the very best for last. Okay, cause I didn't really need you all the same. I said I'm moving on without you, know my games. Since I ran out on crying, I got sick of all your lying. That's why this time I'ma break up my way. You know in the beginning you were sweet. That's when you treated me so kindly and tenderly. We stayed up at all hours talking about what would be ours and how we become a family. But as time passed, I saw it was all a game, and realized that what we had never be the same. So then I switched the game up and my story quickly changed up. No more happy anniversary. Okay, cause I didn't really need you all the same. I said I'm moving on without you, know my games. Since I ran out on crying, I got sick of all your lying. That's why this time I'ma break up my way. I said it was done, said it was gone, and I meant it when I said that shit. Never did you wrong, fully played along, only to regret that shit. Got tired of waiting for you, tired of being your recorder. Your shit was so out of order. Say you love me, kinda, sorta. Hold up, wait. Now you wanna reminisce and tell me how you miss one and kiss, but you too late. Since you did me wrong, I'm alone, got a song, and I'm thinking about calling it the break. Cause I realize I'm too fly, I'm a boss that you lost, paid the cost, and you tossed to the side with your prior demise. I just said my goodbye. Okay, cause I didn't really need you all the same. I said I'm moving on without you, know my games. Since I ran out on crying, I got sick of all your lying. That's why this time I'ma break up my way. Bye, baby. Take it bad, bye. That's why this time I'ma break up my way. I said bye, baby. Take it bad, baby. That's why this time I'ma break up my way.
Yes, girl. You're looking good as you whine. 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 Yes, girl. You're looking.
Wind up,
Yes, girl. You're looking good as you whine.
Wind up,
Yes, girl. You're looking good as you whine. Yes, girl. You're looking good as you whine.
Wind up,
Yes, girl. You're looking.
I've been hustling all day on the block making money. Putting that work like them bees make them honey. Them see me fresh, them heart beat like a drummer. Them think me hot like West Indian summer. I wanna go where the music is fire.
sweet like bouquet. We addicted to face, move that booty like waves, like Cirque du Soleil when that DJ press play. They wanna go where the girls set fire. Bottles go pop and the club go higher. In that day, every boss needs a place, so I give them a taste and me wonder why. Yes, girl, you're looking good as you wind up. Yes, girl, you're looking good as you wind up. Yes, girl, you're looking good as you wind up. Yes, girl, you're looking wind up.
Yo, check it out. T is over by the cake.
Because she can't
She's
stop.
all up in the cake.
So good.
All up.
You can eat cake.
It's so good though.
That's good. All right.
I think I have cake icing on my
Sergeant,
lips.
share the mic with Cake Diva. So man, anytime you want to step in, step in.
Oh, you're gonna share some of that.
All right.
You're gonna give me.
So check it out.
Just give me. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna talk cake. So the tease was. Who was telling us one of the
I was
favorite
gonna give you
Aretha?
something.
Right.
Because we were talking about classical Aretha, and I just wanted to give a point, a New York memory.
All right.
It's plenty, and somebody get that bubbly ready. We are also
Tell me.
going into, by the way, the cake has a double purpose. The cake also is celebrating our 13th show.
Is this our 13th show?
13th
Lucky
show,
13.
one season in the can. Yeah. Thank you so, man.
Exactly.
Thank you so, man.
that
Thank
you,
you.
Yes.
One
Perfect.
season in the can.
It's kind of amazing.
He's bigger than
You
Congratulations.
can take the whole freaking cake home, girl. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just want to take some nibbles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Now I'm back because he don't start without me and everything.
Well,
He hanging and
well,
everything.
you know what? I come late to the show at the beginning.
Exactly.
You come
That's
late
what
to
I
the
wanted.
show in the middle. What kind of crazy is that? All right, but listen. You know what? Let's switch gears for 1 second. This may depress you. It may not. There's a woman.
That did not depress me.
That did not depress
That did not
me.
depress me at all.
Celebration.
Yeah.
Love, you know this is a good show. We need a sponsor.
Oh, did we get a
Anyway.
sponsor?
Huh?
Did we get a sponsor?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I can think of some.
Okay, cool.
I'll get you.
So, there's a woman in the news right now who also dropped a book.
Oh yeah.
So what's up with her? Who met her? You met her?
I have met her.
Oh,
Let me see if
sugar
she's-
now.
let-
What about
let-
you,
Let me
Sergeant?
remind myself that she's
I've
I don't think.
read a lot of
No.
Oh,
Wait.
shit.
didn't-
Well, I have a
There's
reality.
actually
Title
bubbly
of
going
the-
around.
I know.
This is kind of fly tonight. This is kind of fly. Hold on. Anyway,
So what now? I'm sorry.
Omarosa.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, we're ignoring the Omarosa comment.
That's crazy, girl.
I'm a starter.
All right, where you start?
You
I'm
never met
please
her.
And
stop.
I fix a plate for her at the cookout if she continues to keep us entertained.
It's very
But she
highly
still
entertaining.
cannot come to the cookout.
Yeah.
in the corner.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Get her a plate. Yeah.
Get a plate.
I
Get a plate.
understand there's now an outpour of support for Omarosa.
Good.
Really?
Good.
In what way? What do you mean?
Yeah, come up on the mic. Who's doing that?
First of all, you have to look at what's happening now.
Talk about it. Mark.
Omarosa is changing the game.
Why?
Why? Okay, I'll tell you how
Yeah,
she's
how
changing the game. And here's the irony of it all. People didn't respect Omarosa, right?
I had no
Thank
problem.
you.
And Omarosa clearly did not respect this administration or the man she was working for.
Well,
Is
Okay.
that correct?
Okay, nah, it's not a question of
Kinda
whether it's correct. It's
sinister.
what
How
she's
the
done.
Eli does in that camp?
Well, that's my point. And my point is now with all these recordings, it's changed the game in terms of how, let's just say, how security is going to be done.
I only
in
heard
the
there's
White
two.
House.
You heard there's more than two?
200 recordings.
200
Of course there
plus.
is. She's been doing it. She's been doing it regularly.
200.
And 4 have
This
already
com-
been released.
I only
Exactly.
heard two.
200.
There was a
honey.
third today. I think there was a third and a fourth.
She's slowly
Yeah.
dribbling.
Of
What do you call it?
course.
Dripping them
Of
out?
course.
Dripping.
I'm
Yeah.
dribbling off of this cream and this cake.
That cake is so delicious.
Cake is pretty fucking
yes,
good.
girl,
Really
yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you the
girl,
shit.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
Celebrate
Yes.
Not-
the shit.
Hello.
Not all pretty cakes are as moist and delicious.
Yeah, that cake was
And that is how
I have to say,
know.
usually I see a pretty cake and
This
I'm
is
like,
my
oh, I'm gonna have to
experience of the
taste
Cake
that, and I
Diva
don't want
cake.
to.
We
And
gotta
that
do-
was
we gotta
really
do
good.
the,
That was tasty.
The engineer man.
What did he say?
Dave. Is the cake good or not?
Oh yeah, because he's the most critical person in the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it good or not?
Hello.
Actually, I don't like icing, and I ate
And
the
that's
icing.
That nice.
It was very good. It was a beautiful cake and everything.
Yeah.
You know
So
what?
anyways, let's get back to Omarosa and her craziness.
Wait, there was icing there? I just ate the cake.
Sugar high.
All
Come
right,
on
so
down. Okay, how's that bubbling?
I don't think we need to be isolating Omarosa because she's just a part of the reality show
But I don't know
that
if
we
she's
were
changing
on
the
anyway.
game. I don't know if I agree with
She's
that.
just a character. This is a development.
Well, you guys say it loud.
Because I feel like I don't think she's changing the game. I think she's playing the same
She's
game
playing
that
the
everybody
game.
else is playing.
There you go.
But
Are
that's
you
what
saying
I'm
that?
saying?
that's what I'm
That's
getting
too
at.
hot.
What I'm
But-
getting at is she. Let's put it this way. She was under the tutelage of somebody like Trump.
There you
Yeah,
have
the
it.
game
now
master.
exactly. Now she's playing the game against him.
Yeah.
And she's taking as huge a bet as he does. But here's what the deal is: she'll get away with it. They talked about suing her. They can't sue her.
Well, legally speaking, you're probably right from what I understand.
Listen,
Well, it's
I'm
one
certain
party-
before she did
one
this, she had
party
some legal
approval.
counsel.
Maybe he
Of
wants
course,
it.
absolutely.
Maybe he
for
wants her
You
to
know
do
that-
it. Have
you
you ever thought
understand
about
that,
that?
right?
I don't
Maybe he
believe
wants
that.
her.
Well, now
Well,
keep
I
in mind
He's that calculated.
the most
I don't
recent tape to come around
think she
was
is.
the Lara Trump
Yeah.
recording offering her the post-firing
Job.
job
Yeah.
to work for the
15,000
Trump
a month,
campaign
something
with
like
the
that.
15,000 a month,
Yeah.
signing the NDA.
That one wasn't cool.
But wasn't there a non-disclosure agreement before when she started working for him in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boilerplate.
Yeah.
What's the word? It's perpetuity, isn't that like usually
What's
the
the
phrase?
contract called? NDA?
It's an NDA, non-disclosure, but that doesn't stand up.
No.
No, it doesn't.
It's nothing.
That's like those risk.
Yeah.
You're taking a risk when you go skiing.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and sky
it's like,
jumping
whatever,
and
I'm
all
not
that
gonna
stuff.
sue them
Right, right.
But you are.
I'm sure she knew during those 200 tapes that she was making that she was going to be using that sooner than
That's
Well,
a
that's-
very good point.
Well, do you think anybody would believe her has she not? And that's probably half the
Wait,
issue.
there's Stormy Daniels tapes?
That's the thing. I haven't seen it. Well, there's Stormy.
Well, there's
I'm pretty-
apparently
well, she
Celebrity
has-
Apprentice
yeah.
tapes. That,
Oh
those
my
are the
God.
tapes we want to hear.
Yeah.
The incognito tapes.
Their backroom apprentice tapes? Oh my god.
I
Right.
believe that Omarosa is setting us all up for the big bang
Yes, thank you.
towards the election.
what I'm
I was gonna
saying.
say
Got
she's
like
gonna
50
wait.
million tapes.
That's
I'm
what
telling
I'm
you right now, she doesn't have
Which
to.
election?
She
This
has at
one or
least
the
7 that
2020?
we know of right now.
200.
She's dribbling about.
Tanya, do you think it's this one or 2020 she's gonna save it
She's
for?
gonna save it. She's gonna save it.
I'm not giving her that much props.
We
all-
I'm sorry, but
She's
I
gonna
am.
go down in history. I'm telling you right
Let's
now.
do that game where you do the up
not
or down. What do
Let's
you
hear
say?
predictions. I want predictions.
Predictions.
Under the big top, there's always a surprise at the circus.
Exactly,
And
that
we got a
circus-
carnival rouser up in the circus, so there's always going to be surprise.
I think you're right.
I think he
I think you're
agree
So,
with
right.
that.
man, you right with that.
We
I
agree
think
with
he's
She's
that.
gonna drop that.
And I think
2020.
Omarosa's-
2019. The end
So-
of next year.
Omarosa's
So-
ego is bigger than. I think the ego is more important than her popularity. So what she will get as bringing the president down, she didn't care whether she's invited to the cookout or not.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Because we'll be
Absolutely.
speaking her name.
Right.
Again.
If she's got that.
But you seen? Have you
But she
seen
also
any of
knows
the
how to play
interviews?
the game.
She does that cleverly.
Well, that's
She's
how she
crafty.
won the
She's
not
great.
stupid.
She learned from the
Yeah.
pro.
Amazing.
She
She's
learned
the
from the
press.
pro.
She's
They're
amazing.
not throwing softball.
She's
She had to
amazing.
put
She's
Savannah
very
in
smart.
check. I kind of,
She's putting them all in
Very
check.
smart.
Let's bring it up here. Tell me if I'm wrong here.
Jake,
Did
can you
or did
straighten
she
that
not
camera
get
out?
kicked off of The Apprentice?
3
But, like-
times.
She got kicked off to The Apprentice 3 times.
I feel like
3
that.
times.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Yet she
Looking up the
somehow has
nose.
been with him for
There
10
you go.
years.
Yeah, he brought her
What
back.
does that tell you?
Yeah.
That tells you she's not a stupid woman.
No,
And
no.
it tells you she's calculated.
Yeah, very
But
much
they
so.
hated her a year
So
ago,
what?
but
Who's
badly.
they? Who's they? Nobody
Yeah,
who was
who's
paying her
they?
check hated her.
Well,
That's true.
well, we all say when it comes down to the cheddar and the cheese and money and dinero, whatever
I
you call
never
it,
hated her.
you know.
Well, since
actually liked her.
the African American
Oh, man,
agenda
time
wasn't
flies.
going to
But we
be
might
the
go
thing
long.
anyway.
Yeah.
The African American agenda wasn't going to be focused on anyway, so she was able to
40
basically
seconds,
get
okay.
away with doing nothing. You know.
Omarosa's a hot topic, right? We agree? Let's take a break, right? We got
she's a
40 seconds
tepid-
left.
she's
We're
a
going to take a
tepid
break, have a
topic.
glass of champs,
Tepid
come back.
topic. I'd rather hear the New York story about Aretha.
You want to go back to Aretha?
I just love these stories.
Well,
I'm
one
sorry.
more Omarosa was do a U-turn back
All
to
right,
Aretha.
all right.
Don't
Talk
forget
to
to
Cake
celebrate
Diva.
13th season. What?
The Cake Diva and her cakes. That's for sure.
13.
That's 13. Be right back.
All right, be right back.
You like that sugar, huh?
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, oh, yeah. Knees scrape, palms too. Every inch of me is covered in a bruise. Hurts like hell. Eyes black, blood blue. I could let go now, but I can't and I don't want to. I won't lie, it's a battle of the mind. Almost looked for an escape from this agony I'm feeling inside. Feel so damaged that I might break. I realize this is my life. I can't quit, won't hesitate. Snatched the thorn right out my side. Fell down 7 times, stood up 8. 'Cause if I stay down, then I'm giving up what they want. What they want, yeah. If I stay down.
Hello, we're back.
Hello.
Back.
There's so much going on today.
There's a lot going. You know, it's because we're
Thank you.
celebrating
We
your
were just-
13th episode.
I know. We're
Oh my
debating if we go an extra hour.
I mean, that's on y'all. Y'all want to sit here and talk an extra? I don't.
I have a blast with you guys, so I'm not the right person to ask.
We only got like 5 minutes left.
There we
so-
go.
Have 6 minutes left.
Okay,
That is correct.
six minutes left. 4 minutes. I mean,
And we wasted time on time.
It's still
So
new.
hold on, what we gonna do?
I like y'all.
We're gonna rock on a little Aretha, but you know there's a hot movie out. I called
Yeah.
Mike like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, yo, Mike, I need you
Talk
for the
about
split.
the hot. No,
And Mike was
yeah.
like, I got you. I just saw it in Hollywood. I was like, when is our invites coming? So tell us about
Exactly.
this hot,
When can we
hot
roll with you?
movie.
All right. Well, it's called Crazy Rich Asians. It's based
oh wait, hold
on.
on. Bring the mic over there, Tonya.
Yeah.
Bring the mic to it. Can you do that? There you go.
It's very significant.
Take it out.
Take
Take
it
it out.
out.
You know what?
There you go.
There you
And
go.
look into the camera.
Stand up straight.
All right.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
be here all week.
Oh, look
Okay.
at that. Look at that. Look
Good,
at
I like
that.
All right. Where's the camera?
Right there.
Right,
Okay.
you gotta look this
I'm
way.
gonna lean in on
There you go.
on the diva. Is
All
that
right,
okay?
nice
Lean in
picture
on the
right there.
diva.
Okay,
Now
I'm
take
leaning
a
on the
picture.
diva.
That's a photo
All
moment.
right, so
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians. Okay, first of all, what's great about it is that you spend 2 hours with all these richly developed characters and all this melodrama and humor and fun with all Asian characters. It's just something you don't see, and it reminds you of.
Tell us about the lead.
I'm gonna tell you about the lead. All right, okay, it's Jennifer Wu. Okay, who plays. Constance Wu, who plays Jennifer Chu in the movie.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Constance Wu, who plays whatever I just said in the
Jennifer.
movie. in the movie.
Happy celebration.
All right, and the lead actor, you can help me out, Patrick.
Oh, Ken Jeong.
I think.
No,
I
see,
think-
I'm.
Kim
Wow,
Jong-
that
Kim
is-
It's
Jong-
late in the day. It's late in the
It's
day.
late in the
All right,
day.
it's late in the day. But
The
I'll
one
say
that
this.
plays Dr. Ken is in it, though.
Yes,
right?
the one that plays Dr. Ken is in it. He's the love interest, but here it is. It's essentially a Cinderella story about a girl who goes to the mainland with her boyfriend, who she's been dating for a year, and finds out he's super rich, like the richest man in the island, the most eligible bachelor there is, and has a very, very demanding, jealous mother, played by Michelle Yeoh, who steals it.
sweet.
And between
Steals
Michelle Yeoh and Aquafina, I'm just telling you, every scene she's in, she steals it.
Wow.
Steals it. And you'll love the movie because you know, and this, I don't know what it'll sound like, but after you see the movie, you're just so immersed. You're immersed in the culture, these people, their
Singapore,
stories.
right? Aren't they?
They're in Singapore.
they're
Yes,
in
they
Singapore,
are. And
okay.
Singapore is beautiful. Let me just
Never
say that.
been there.
But that's just it. You've never been there, but you're there for 2 hours, and you're in the culture, you're in the food, and you're in the people, you're in all these things
This is
going
what I want
on.
you to do. I want you to see if somebody's going to call in.
All right,
Ask
they
you
can
about the
call in.
movie. Tell them.
All right, but here's what I got to say. When you get
Quick.
out, you kind of like, you start looking around at Asian people, and you want to talk to them because you're like, wow, I so enjoyed being in part of this culture. And that's what movies can do.
Isn't it true that we haven't seen
That's
this
interesting.
since
20
Joy Club?
That's right.
And that's
Yeah.
how many
23
years?
years ago.
Wow.
Whoa.
23. And there are 3 books in this series, so hopefully they'll make the next 2. So I gotta
That was
say,
23 years ago?
go see the movie
Wow.
because
I
again,
definitely
It's
want
the
to
Black Panther for Asians.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Definitely.
And Patrick, I just gotta ask you,
Good
what do you
call.
think of this new popular Oscar category?
Oh, I'm not. I feel like
Do you think it's just so Black
designed
Panther
so
can't
that Black
win?
Panther won't be
Nope.
legitimized?
What's the popular
and that
Oscar? Wait, what is
they
it?
have established a new category
Uh-huh.
that is for popular films. I
Most
guess
popular films.
Most popular films.
Like, what does that mean?
And so it's
That's
gonna
BS.
make room for more commercially successful films, which I guess is the
To win
reasoning.
an Oscar,
To
not as
win
Best
an-
Picture, but as most popular.
I got to do a round.
And we're talking a critically acclaimed film.
The
Exactly.
Oscar.
What you going to do, Tanya? You pulling
There
the
it is.
trigger?
Waters
It's
it
the
down.
lesser
It
Oscar,
waters it
Yeah,
down.
it waters
Yes, it
it
does.
down. Yeah.
but you know
And
that's
it seems
politics.
like, and we're
Yeah.
saying, and we black men in America are saying it feels like they're targeting Black Panther.
You know,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
but here's my take on it.
Talk about it.
Always
right,
remember,
we'll go till that.
Alfred Hitchcock never won an Oscar.
He never did.
That's
He
all I
never
gotta
did.
say. That's
And
all I gotta say. So
We're
you
still
know,
watching his movies.
That was
There's some
originally
bias in
only
there.
as valuable
still making
as it
his
is.
movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're
true.
going to stay on for another hour.
Whoa.
All right? We're going to go for another hour. We're going to stay on for another hour here. But okay, so what's another movie that came out? Did you see
Black Klansman,
Klansman.
of course, of course. Well, here's what I'll say about Black Klansman. Okay, from a film standpoint, you know, I had some issues. Spike is a filmmaker. I love Spike. You know, he does some things that I don't always agree with, but
their
what
signature.
Their signature.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But what I love
Signature
about
camera
Spike
moves
is
and
he's
everything in
always
it.
got something to say.
Right.
I will always respect an artist that has something to say, even if I don't agree with it. I'll respect it because he's trying to say something. And what he has to say here, it's ironic that Spike Lee started out really hit the map with Do the Right Thing. And this kind of hits the same notes where we need to look at what's going on in this country, and there's a history to it. And that's what happens in this film. What happens in this film is he makes, you know, he does not hold back. You could say he's heavy-handed, but you know what? And this is going to sound strange, but in a way, he's made a film that's more important for white people to see than it is for black people. Because black people get this. They know it.
Have y'all seen it?
Not yet.
No, and I'm telling you.
I was actually
I
I was waiting for his review.
And I gotta say,
Definitely
because
interesting.
he
Yeah.
makes it very. It's not just about the Klan, and you know what, you all know the plot of the film. I'm
Right.
assuming.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not just about the Klan against black people there, because the Klan are just as much against Jews, and he drives that home. And the experience, and here's what's most interesting to me, because film is something that is generally, you know, streaming is changing things, but it's generally experienced with an audience. And most of the people, most of the critics, we all know are white. And most of the white critics have said to me this experience, they see it with a primarily white audience. And the white audience is, you know, while they're all the anti-black stuff's going on, but when they start going after the Jews, all of a sudden it starts to hit home. And they gasp.
Oh wow.
And they see it differently. And what's important about that is for us to realize what hate is. It's a common enemy, and it's something that's destroying the fabric of this country. And that division is really put under display here on
With this movie.
Should I get in the camera?
Can you
I'm
talk
not in the
about
camera.
the
Yeah.
legacy?
the legacy of
what
Denzel
happened?
Washington.
The legacy of Denzel Washington.
legacy of Denzel Washington.
David
Are we
John,
breaking
right?
for the first show and coming back, or are we keeping it moving
let's break
seamless?
for a second so we can fix that
Are
shot.
we, no, he's saying we got 4.5 left.
No, we're going to break right now. We'll come right back. All right, we're breaking right now. We'll come right back.
All right, cool.
All right.
Shit, people
And answer that
talking.
question.
Shit, people
Yeah,
talking.
we've got to talk about John David, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Knees scraped, palms too. Every inch of me is covered in a bruise. Hurts like hell. Eyes black, blood blue. I could let go now, but I can't and I don't want to. I won't lie, it's a battle of the mind. Almost looked for an escape from this agony I'm feeling inside. Feel so damaged that I might break. I realize this is my life. I can't quit or won't hesitate. Snatched the thorn right out my side. Fell down 7 times, stood up 8. 'Cause if I stay down, then I'm giving them what they want. What they want. Yeah, if I stay down, then I'm giving them what they want. Yeah, be giving them what they want. Yeah, be giving them what they want. Grease down, hair tight, brass knuckles on, 'cause it's about to be a fight. Hold my purse, don't be surprised, 'cause the tables have turned and now you realize I ain't tempted by the offer to surrender. Are you done yet? The answer is never. Know how to float, so I'll never go under. Just might sting you, so run for cover. Mama show ain't raised no quitter, so with all that pain I felt, I was down but I got back up, and now I'm taking home the belt. 'Cause if I stay down, yeah, then I'm giving them what they want. Hey, yes, if I stay down, oh, then I'm giving them what they want. Then I'm giving them what they want. Oh, if I stay down, yeah, then I'm giving them what they want. Oh, God, if I stay down, then I'm giving them what they want. Then I'm giving them what they want. What they want. Sometimes people let their envy get in the way. 'Cause misery loves company.
Talent's on fire.
Just
The crew in the house, everybody's good. Sergeant's over there. Sergeant's good. Soul is good.
I'm feeling keenly.
Are we up?
It's the
Welcome
big
back,
check
yo.
day.
Welcome back. Are we up? Welcome back.
had a quarter
Shit,
of an
people
ounce.
talking about my man Jay.
Are you the shit tonight?
And shit, I don't know what I'm.
Are you the shit tonight?
4 seconds of
Not-
just amazing.
Are you the shit
It's not
tonight?
just tonight. It's
Are you
every
the
night.
shit tonight? Diva, you the shit? You know
I
that.
know that cake was
Shit,
the
people are
shit.
talking about.
That cake was the shit. That's all I know.
Okay,
Cake
go
Diva.
Slim Dog, you the shit tonight? Slim is our technical.
If you don't know now, you know.
And now you know that cake is awesome.
All right.
It's gone almost.
What happened to
Good.
Millie? You were gonna say what happened to Millie?
Oh, yeah, you asked me.
Yeah.
We're going to have another guest. 2 more people would have been
Oh,
in the house.
yeah. What
Yo,
did it
Millie,
say?
we'll see you next week. Millie came down this morning at 8:45.
I'm sorry,
So it's kind of funny. That's what I
Millie,
said.
I'm
Save
so
it for
sorry,
the show.
baby.
Oh wow.
Yeah, shout out to Mill.
Sorry,
Well, you know what
Millie,
happened
baby
to me
girl.
today that's funny that happened? One of my students, I have this trip in Nantucket next week, starts on Friday. One of my students texts me from the plane and says, "Can you give me the address for the house? Because I don't have it, I'm on the plane." And I said, "Well, it's next Friday."
So they were flying. to
She was on the plane to go to Nantucket to spend a week with me on a wine and yoga trip.
Tell us about. Hold it. Give us a little plug.
What-
Can
how did
anybody else
she-
come?
How did she?
So did she get
did
back
she go
in-
anyway?
Yeah.
She went anyway, and my partner in crime up there, Yeva Aldens, was she's we texted each other, and she got her a couple of places to stay while she's up there because everything's booked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's booked solid.
Yeah, through the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, absolutely.
countdown.
Yeah.
And how long is
Chance
the
to
season?
dance for vacation.
The official season is over with Labor Day weekend, and then
Yeah.
then the real fun starts happening because everybody like
Everybody's
stops
gone.
renting their houses, and you can go up there and there's still gorgeous weather and stuff. But
Indian summer.
yeah,
That's why we were rushing by each other this week
Yeah.
because we were like rushing to
Get-
squeeze in our season.
Exactly.
You know, you're riding, you're decking, you're seaplaning it, you're hammy hams it.
And I missed out on all of it. I've been on book tour.
That's all right. You love that.
poor
You love that
you.
shit. You love that shit.
Well, you know, you
I've
got
been
get
all
that
over,
book,
but
you
you
know.
got to promote. It's
You-
a little different than
well,
the
promote it right
countdown.
now.
The
Promote it right
countdown.
now.
Well,
Yes.
I'll tell you, my next stop for my book, That's What Friends Are For, and the women who inspired me is Rochester. I'm going to actually be performing. Actually, I am performing and presenting and hosting with the Seneca Falls Revisited Women's Retreat.
Whoa,
Where is
that sounds
this?
fun.
It's in Rochester at
I
the
love
Hyatt
Rochester.
Regency.
I went to Syracuse.
And so you know the area.
I
And so-
love
So
Rochester.
they're celebrating a lot of. There are a lot of milestones happening in that area around suffrage, women's suffrage,
Right.
voting, and all that. So it's a lot of civic-minded women who are going to all gather, and they brought me on to do some presenting and hosting, and I'll promote the book as well.
Now, you want
So
to
this is a warm up for you now because you got
Say that again?
civic minded, dope ass sisters and women
Yeah.
and all that shit. And
I'm here
brothers
with
and sisters
Yeah.
and blase blah.
all that.
Yeah.
Don't be saying
You know, we live in a women's vortex right where our building is. We're like right next to Emily Dickinson School. We're next to Joan of Arc Park.
which is my dog.
And then
I love Joan of Arc.
The voting.
vote.
I'm having
on
a brain.
95th and
On
what's it called?
94th between Riverside and between West End and Broadway.
Yeah, between West End. Yeah.
That apartment building. What's it called?
It's the women voting.
The woman.
Near the symphony? No.
Oh God, I'm so
Okay, we
embarraed
can't
right
think
now.
of
We
it.
Anyway,
won't stall
But
on
it's a
it.
woman's
But
situation.
shout
another
out.
woman who was in,
situation.
Shout
who
out
got
to the Vortex.
women's suffrage.
Yeah.
The vortex, the women's
And
vortex.
the pioneers like Aretha Franklin.
Right.
Yes, exactly. It's
Right.
very
You
cool.
dealt with that. I got you.
Exactly.
J Lo's getting in the flow too.
I love
Is she?
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J Lo's getting in the mix. You know,
Right on.
she's just like she's taking on Puerto Rico, of course, and still
Absolutely.
on top of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So she's been. Elon Musk has been doing some things, but I understand he was getting stressed out today.
I wonder
He
why.
needs to talk to you.
I wonder why I was all
He's
stressed out.
over exerting himself.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. He should go on Twitter and announce things like that, and he wouldn't be so stressed
Oh
out.
my God! What is he saying?
He must be thinking that other people do that, so it must be all right.
Mm.
And then he does it.
Mr. 45,
Yeah.
for example.
He's probably stressed out.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts at the top.
The SEC doesn't like Twitter so much, apparently.
There's something up with the FCC. Just FYI, now that you brought that up.
The SEC.
Oh, the SEC.
Oh.
Okay.
They don't like it either.
The SEC doesn't
Yeah,
like
okay.
Mr.
What were you
Mr.
gonna say?
Russ'
The
Twitter,
FCC is giving us shit about our title, right?
Shit people are talking
Oh,
about?
talk about that.
Shit,
Why?
I know.
wondered.
Why?
I
Because there's a
wondered.
money sign in it?
Well, because
And I can't get promotions. We can't even get any promotions sometimes and everything because of the profane language they say that's in there. So, yeah.
So should we change it to stuff people are
well, we holding
Or
our ground to
ish.
keep it.
What
to
about
shit.
ish? The
Stand our
ish.
ground.
But what about the ish?
We
that
believe
people
it's
say?
going to change.
No,
We're gonna have to.
The name of the program is the It people are talking about. The SH is silent.
That's what we said. That's what we said.
I don't know, but we're gonna have
Be
to do
the
something
it.
to get more. To
Talk
get,
to
And
it.
like Entertainment Tonight, if you say you watch ET, people say you're watching it. You're gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
you're watching
it could
it.
become
You're watching it.
as
Make
a
it a
branding piece. It could
Hashtag
become-
That's a
watch
good
it.
idea.
SH is silent.
SH
Yeah.
is silent.
There's a lot of things that gotta change in order for us
God
to go
damn,
to
we
the
need
next
a
level.
loophole in today's
We
world.
gotta move up.
Soul Man is a problem solver. Come on.
Come
That's
on.
right, Soul
He
Man.
is.
You
He
the
is.
man.
Soul
He
Man
is.
with an E at the end.
But hey,
Oh man.
whether it's ish, it, or you noticed I don't use profanity. Have y'all noticed?
No,
Yes.
no, I haven't.
I think
I
everybody
have.
has noticed.
I
There's
have
so
noticed.
many F-bombs on this show.
I know.
I have noticed
But
because
my
my mom
but
doesn't
my
like
point
I know your
that.
mom's listening.
You planted the seeds. 13 episodes.
Yes.
Season one
you.
in the can.
Yeah.
That's why we had the cake and the bubs.
Thank you.
So it's a double thing.
Thank you very much.
celebrating the homegoing of Aretha. They say that a lot, right? Homegoing.
Homegoing, celebration of life.
Celebration of life. She lived a full life.
It's a full life. It
closer,
still
Mike.
feels like
And
too
she was
soon.
at home when she died.
Yeah.
She was
Which I think
at
is a
home.
real
Okay,
blessing.
okay,
You
slide
know?
over
I
5
think that's a
minutes.
blessing.
Thing.
Share the,
Yeah.
share the
really
mic.
is.
Share the mic.
And you noticed the grand Omarosa released a video, but also Aretha's granddaughter released a video from March
I did
this
not
year,
see
and
that.
it was of Aretha
On the
at
keyboard.
the piano, and but it was evidence that she was still,
She was still, yes.
you know, it was
So
a part
they-
of
Singing
her
at the end.
therapy.
Okay.
Singing at the end.
They made
Yeah,
the
music.
announcement today of all the funeral.
That's right.
Oh,
4-day. It's going to be
4-day,
a 4-day
yeah.
event.
Really?
August
Starting
30.
when?
In DC?
August 31st is the culminating event,
Uh-huh.
and then the 3 days prior
But where is it?
in Detroit.
Detroit.
And they're going to have the body in state at like the
Repos.
Charles Charles Museum.
Oh, wow.
Whatever the big.
Okay.
It's a big museum
Right.
in Detroit. So I think that'll be those 3 days, and then that 4th day is the big ceremony, the big funeral. Which everybody,
Well, so they just made
it's
a
gonna
date.
be a who's who. They just
Yeah.
said that Diana Ross is singing.
You know.
Is she really?
That's what everything.
Diana Ross
Everything is
shouted her
rumor
out.
mill right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, really?
But I'm
6
saying
minutes
that's
and
one of the
41
rumors.
seconds.
you
To
know.
when?
I don't know. He just wants attention.
Oh, we got
You gotta give him some love, man.
Give him some love.
You know what? Why don't you get on the mic and shout yourself out? Tell us about the music. Tell us what's up. Tell us, did you see any movies? What's up? DJ
I ain't seeing nothing. I'm just doing my thing, playing the music.
What
that's
are
all.
you doing? What you doing? He's not shy.
Yeah, I'm very shy.
No, you're not. Don't be shy.
Totally shy.
It's all about the cake.
Well, how do
baby
people
right
get in
here.
touch with you?
You can get me on social media, Instagram,
He's definitely on all over social
on
media.
Facebook,
DJ JUI.
Twitter.
What's your
DJ
tag?
JUI.
What's your tag on Instagram and Facebook and all that? What's your tag?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself.
Thank
Yes.
you. That would be awesome.
I'm the president of Worldwide DJ Coalition. That's the umbrella of Wu-Tang Clan. If anybody know.
That's
Yeah.
historic,
Yeah,
people.
that is.
Where's
It
the
absolutely
applause? Hello.
Well, he's in charge of the applause.
Yeah, I mean,
Wu-Tang.
Give us some rhythm.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just say
No.
Wu-Tang and keep walking.
Yeah, you kind of got to stop.
Yeah, you really do. Gotta give Wu-Tang some love.
we don't want to get flagged over this, but it's about us right now.
Yeah, true that.
It what we talk about.
Another
you know what I
brother
mean?
knows the FCC rules.
Talk about
Talking
it.
about. Talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
It.
And it's not about me; it's about us and stuff. And
No, it's about you too.
But we wanted to
I'm
shout
saying.
you out because you
Thank
know
you.
you were
Thank
silent. You throw up the clock. You like the music entity, right?
yes,
That's his
Yes,
tag.
yes.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you go
you.
to his website, his Facebook, his Paul.
I think of him as kind of the
John.
grounding element. Because
Yeah.
whenever I'm here and he's just kind of like,
in the
Yeah,
cut.
Close,
but
listen,
it's-
Right there. He
East
takes
Coast
care of
vibes.
us.
East
Definitely.
Coast
he's the
vibes.
anchor. He's good
Definitely
vibe. Anchor.
Take care of
Tell us
us.
about Nantucket. I'm dying to hear about that.
Nantucket's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm
What is-
taking a group of
What's
women.
going on there?
Taking a group of women for a Nantucket lifestyle trip.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're gonna have beach time and a little bit of wine. And my partner is a sommelier.
Just a little bit of
A little bit of wine.
Just a little bit.
We got a home
What
cook.
exactly is the
for the house.
Nantucket lifestyle?
Well, apparently it's yoga with me,
Okay.
a house on the beach,
Uh-huh.
grilled lobster and
Now my
fish
mouth is
out
watering.
on the beach, a little sailing, a little wine tasting, a little dinner out, some wine pairings,
I could get into the
bike
Nantucket
riding,
lifestyle.
brunch on
That's
Sunday.
for the rich folks.
Brunches.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's for people who got money and
It's
stuff. What about
actually
the people who don't have no money?
Extremely
Okay.
reasonably
Well,
priced.
if you don't have any money,
Very
you
well
go
priced.
and act and live like you do.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
the whole
just saying.
point.
You can.
That's
It's
the
I'm talking
Nantucket
about the people who
lifestyle.
don't have money to be going out on yachts
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a group sailboat. It's not a yacht.
She said, but she just said she's with a crew. She's with a girl. You know,
Yeah.
like going to.
I know.
It's gonna be like all the
I get
locals.
Dublin, you know,
Yeah.
you boat your
I'm
piece,
just
you
putting,
stay in
Exactly.
the
I'm
castle.
just putting
Exactly.
the plug in for
Yeah.
the people who ain't got it like that. That's
Well,
all
you
I'm
got a
saying.
boat
Well, so we're just
coming
gonna be watching those people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be having
Well, I
our
hope
own
you have some
time.
wine and
Yeah,
extra
I,
lot.
because
I definitely do it. I love,
all the
you know, I
people
love
that are
travel.
that are organizing it for us up in Nantucket, they're all the locals that are working in
Rockwood,
Nantucket.
Martha joint.
They're
Orchard,
throwing us
actually.
their cars to drive around in and
Oh, so it's really
well,
intimate.
surfboards.
We
Yeah, it's
want
very
people
intimate.
to know how they can get in
Yeah.
touch with Soul Yoga.
Soule, Soul with an E, Soul Yoga on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and RebeccaSoul.com for the internet.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. Keep in
Rebecca
mind, guys, as the
Soul.
clock
Rebecca
starts
Soul.
to tick down,
Yeah.
when we come to you, before you pass the baton, make sure you shout yourself out.
Right
Some promo. Just
Yeah.
keep it tight. and keep it happening. Like
All
me, Jay Jones, always on PR.
I want to know how Cake.
Go to my billboard.
Did he just plug himself?
He
Go to
totally
my
just did.
billboard.
It was a demonstration.
Yeah, it was a demonstration.
I want to talk to Cake Diva. I want to know why and when you started to do cakes.
Well, I
was
love
that
the
yours?
story she busted about prison. You got any other good story? I understand you met Pharrell.
Yeah.
in
That was
prison?
good. No. They asked me to do the cake for Pharrell from this company in Vegas. They gave me less than, I had like 48 hours to put a cake together for 2,000 people.
Whoa.
Whoa, I don't even know what a cake
Like,
looks
where do
like.
you start?
2,000
Is it
people.
this big? Like from there to there? Or?
Yeah, how big is
Well,
the
it's
cake?
as
then?
big as this right here. I had to make sure that it would fit through the doors. So I had to make sure that every door that was going to go through was measured. So, yeah.
So,
How wide was it?
About as big as this. Everything had to be double doors.
Wow.
Mhm.
Can you imagine?
And do you measure all the
Doors, yeah.
doors?
Yeah.
you measure
And the
doors.
vehicle.
Wait, does that include the airplane doors?
That's what I was gonna say. Don't you go?
No, because
you
I
go
did
high,
it here because they had the party here in.
So you
in-
did it
oh, 30
local.
Rock.
Local.
30 Rock, right?
No, it was down
No,
down
Jay,
Wall Street.
no.
Yeah.
No, Jay, no.
Right.
It was on Rikers Island, right?
No, I wouldn't know really about any of that.
Where else you been? Yeah, what other hot
Wait a
spots?
minute, I want to know how you started doing cakes like that.
Yeah, I want to know about that
The
too.
people call me and I return the calls. This
Now,
is-
girl, now.
No, for real. People didn't believe it. They call me. They knew about me. This was before
So it was all word of
social
mouth?
media.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, okay.
You know?
I know
Not
the
by
Cake
the
Diva
phone.
from the 90s, baby.
Yeah, so
Do
when
you
it-
really?
So you always wanted to do
Yes,
cakes?
really.
Is that what I'm
No,
asking you? That was
Yes,
your
really.
I always wanted to make people happy.
Where you
Right.
from?
And do my art.
Where you
Gary, Indiana.
Representing,
And,
right?
you know,
Alright,
Michael.
okay. So
Wait a
All
minute.
the Jacksons.
It's good to know where
Right,
people
wait,
are
wait,
from.
How did you
And
get here?
Denise Williams.
When
How did
people
you
ask
meet
you
her?
where you're from,
I
you
met
should
her
say
here in
heaven.
New York.
Really?
Here in New York.
Do you remember?
When I worked for Geraldo.
Oh,
That's where I met her years
Geraldo.
ago.
Yeah.
That's another of her star
So-
clients.
No, we're just telling her.
it's
So
true.
where do people get in touch with you?
CakeDiva.com, Cake Diva the word number, and the symbol 1
All right.
on Instagram, and Cake Diva on Twitter.
All right.
And my AOL, Cake Diva at AOL.
They still have AOL?
And
Yeah, they do.
Yes, girl.
I mean, AOL.
And I am Cake Diva #1. There are a lot of people tried to usurp the name. $500,000
But don't
later,
try it.
when
Don't
I-
try
Oh,
it.
you
Take
went
it.
you
Try
took
it.
legal
Take it.
challenges?
Yeah.
Yes, I have the registered trademark. So,
Good.
Hello.
All right, she got
But
it.
wait, but wait,
but wait, there's
there's
more.
more.
I know there
There's
is, but we
more.
got to break. We got to break. DJ JUIce, there's
There's
more.
no
We'll
more
come
time
back.
on there. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
It's what people are talking about.
It is the shit.
That's
people are
a
talking
tag.
about.
That was a tag.
It's surprising that I even let a guy like you get close to me. Oh yeah, but you showed something more that I ain't seen before. You know I can't ignore your license to the shore, and I knew it from the moment that I see you look away. Oh. Let me tell you now, you're the best thing that I ever seen. There's so many ways I can tell the world this is what I mean. If you
taking it way back. We about to take you back to collard greens and black coffees. When mama said, roll up your sleeves, then brush your teeth and go to sleep and have sweet dreams. But do not be inside my bed. I will push your head into that white meat. Make your ass fall back to sleep. And think about the things you did, remembering when we were kids. When all we had to do was pray and make good grades and say our grace before we ate the dinner plate. To thank y'all for another day. Street lights on, it's time to go and head it home before the throne rings down on us to cuss and fuss to whoop our ass across the grass in front of your friends. Go straight to bed and rest your head. You won't get fed, no food to eat. Just go to sleep and don't you weep, don't make a beat. Double dutch and jumping rope and hot and secret light and green turn into things to smell ourselves. Start talking loud and with our chest to get knocked down into that flow into next week and out that door. Cause you are grown, can hold your own and soon find out that you were wrong. Taking it way back to those good old days. Before the times changed and we lost our ways. Back to training bras and training wheels. Back when music had that good old feeling. Taking it way back to those good old days. Before the times changed and we lost our ways. Back to training bras and training wheels. Back when music had that good old.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. We're back.
Yeah.
That's right. You know what?
say.
Okay.
We
You the
have.
shit.
Yeah, that's right.
You're the
I'm the
shit.
shit. That's right,
You're the shit
baby.
people are talking
You the
about.
shit.
I'm the shit.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why we got this shit. People talking about
the-
show.
Or if you can't say it, the SH is silent. Let's do it.
All right, and we got
So listen, if you want to call in, hit them with the number.
the number is
Slow.
929.
You got it.
227.
Wow, she's all set.
4646.
Call in.
929.
Call in.
227-4646.
Holla.
929.
Holla.
227-4646.
Holla.
Like that.
Holla.
Call in, talk to us. We got a lot of time
Call
to
me.
kill right now, so call us.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that much time. We still were talking about a couple of Aretha things.
Yeah,
Omarosa
so
getting
let's-
crazy.
And
So
but
we're-
wait, there's more.
And wait,
Oh,
there's
wait.
more.
Go back to the more,
Wait, there's
baby.
more.
Go back
All
to the more.
right. So the more is
Uh-huh.
Cake Diva Couture. Okay? And what that is it's a line of chef jackets and clothes and stuff that are presentation jackets.
Okay.
And of course, before anything started, I registered the trademark, so don't have to spend $500,000 again.
Right.
So, that's for people that consider themselves chefs or bakers, that want to make a splash.
And what does it look like?
Oh my God. Like I have a red chef jacket that you could see about a mile away.
Oh, okay.
You got a picture?
Yeah. Pictures or
Doesn't
anything,
hurt.
or whether can we?
I'll wear it next time.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Okay. And all kind of different stuff that you've never seen. Rainwear. I mean, this is type of stuff that you could wear outside as fashion. So like you're walking around in the wintertime wearing a chef coat, but it's like insulated. People know what you do. You don't have to go begging somebody.
Right.
They know what you do, and you have your cards ready to
For the culinary diva in you.
Yes.
Confectionist.
Always think
Bring
that.
out your own
Innovative right
diva.
there.
Confectionist.
All right. Okay.
Little
But-
Eartha
Can I just
Kitt.
get one just for our? You can have
Hold
one for
on.
your house.
I
Right.
still want to know, when you were 12 years old or whatever, what made you decide to go ahead and bake cakes?
because what I saw was out there was painfully disgusting. So I wanted to take cake to an art form. And that's how all of this stuff started.
Okay.
There were a few people before me. There was Colette, Colette Peters, and a couple other people. But, that all happened in the 80s. I came up near the end of that.
Okay. What's your first cake you baked for a celebrity?
It was cake for Susan Sarandon.
Oh.
Right, and Bill T. Jones. It was to
Okay.
celebrate his 10th
The amazing
anniversary.
choreographer.
We love Bill T.
Bill
Jones. We love
T.
Susan Sarandon.
Well, yeah, we love. Well, look, I did reserve love for her tonight, just because when she a little spotty with her political stances in the last.
She jumped in and out, yeah.
And she got on my nerves so much so that I didn't want to give her the credit. But Bill T. Jones.
But Bill T. Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Political. I
good.
forgot. I was out this week doing.
So
an
what
event.
would you tell tell people, you got a group around of CEOs, how would you tell people to start up your own business? Because I know despite the movie stuff and the great stuff, you must have had some challenges. You said you had to trademark and you had to do various things to hold your brand or your name.
Well, make sure you get all your paperwork and stuff in order before you even begin. Don't think you can't do it. Don't think you can't do it because I'm writing a book on how you can do it.
Okay.
Nice,
Okay. But
So talk to the trailblazers out there. 3 tips.
Get your paperwork in order.
One.
Get your finances in order.
2.
Be able to go without making a profit for maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay, 3. And you have your own biz, right?
Yeah.
And what are your 3 top tips?
I think I lucked out because that's pretty much what I did. I got my paperwork in order, and I had this amazing support behind me.
Okay.
Soul Man was a huge support.
Support's important.
And
Relationships.
And he had that relationships. And the sense was that, like, you can do this.
Right.
What you're saying. You
Confidence.
can do this. And,
And
yeah,
that's
and then being prepared to just really not make, you may not break even for that first couple of years. And then you're starting to make some profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I also find that there is a little discrepancy if you're a minority starting a business and if you're not.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's a big difference.
Definitely.
And that's women, black, all of that, right?
All of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but starting a business, I mean, I have my own business. You probably have your own business. It's tough. And I find some of the tips is you
I'm
got to be ready.
independent too.
Right.
Yeah.
You fail up. That's kind of my thing.
You do fail up.
You
That's
fail
exactly
up.
right.
And you got to stick it out. It helps to stay in the
And
game.
keep showing up.
Right.
Keep showing
Stay
up.
the course.
You have
Stay the course
to keep
is
showing
right.
up.
And then
Can
once
I
you
give a
do
tip
get the
too?
cheese, how you reinvest it in your own vibe so you can grow more with an ink or paper or whatever you need. Certain businesses out, happening.
I
I see
say,
you
What
picked
were
up
you
a
doing?
mic.
You said you went to an
come
event
over here. Okay.
this week.
You network. That's right.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I was out there doing an
Jump in,
event
Mike.
I'm doing a documentary on black healthcare disparities, women. And
Yeah.
just so happened I didn't know who was going to be there, but it was Cynthia Nixon there. She was talking on behalf of the black women.
Gubernatorial candidate?
Yes. She
Did
was
you take a
talking.
picture?
Yeah, I took a picture. I didn't
Let's
put
see
it
it.
up and everything. I had to pull it
Show
up.
it to your camera.
Okay.
Oh my God, you got a picture with Miranda.
I look at her too. She was so
She
sweet.
was
That's
She was my
cool.
first
I know.
celebrity
Sex
sighting
and
in New
the
York
City.
City when I
She was
moved
so
here.
sweet. Very, very nice.
I have a Cynthia Nixon story.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you pull up the
I
picture.
wanna-
Tell us
I-
about
I'll
it.
come
do
over
it's a
here.
good one.
My Cynthia Nixon story is I'm a single dad and I have a daughter. And
How's
I
your
went.
daughter? What's her name?
Well, now my daughter is 20.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Right on.
What's her
Which is
name?
hard to believe. Her
Hi,
name is
darling.
Ilea.
Hi, Leah. How you doing?
Hi,
Okay.
Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Alea?
I named Ilea.
Oh,
I-L-I-A.
Okay,
Named her after a
beautiful.
character in Star Trek. But
Okay.
here's the thing, okay?
Mr. On screen.
Okay, I brought her with me to a screening of, it was a documentary about B. Richards. Okay, and it was at the Schomburg Center. And I went, and I'm like a sit close to the front kind of person. There's going to be a Q&A with the filmmaker, and I wanted to bring my daughter to see, this is what young, black women do and whatnot. And we sit down, and she starts getting friendly with this little girl. And she and this little girl are getting really good friends. And then her mom sits down next to us,
Really?
Cynthia Nixon.
That's
Nice.
a really cool
so
story.
That's my
Nice.
Cynthia
Nice.
Nixon. So
Show the
you
picture. You
sat
got
with
the
her.
picture.
Oh,
That's
hold
not
on.
the picture. Slow into camera. Slow
All right.
into camera.
Can you see it?
It's coming.
All right, there you go.
It's a clean shot. So what was happening at
It
that
was
moment?
so hot in there. I
Okay.
mean, hot. But she had a lot of supporters,
Yeah.
and they had a panel talking about how black women are being killed off, basically dying while they're giving birth. That was the whole thing, and she spoke well about the topic.
Is she going to win?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
Prediction time.
Never
No,
know.
she's not
No,
going to
she's
win.
not. You know, that's another thing where you were
Good
talking
try.
about where it comes from
Yeah.
the top.
Good try.
But we do like
Good try.
Cynthia Nixon. That's a nice shot.
I
Y'all
do.
did,
That's a
y'all did
nice
that
shot.
same thing on Hillary. and
So
she
listen,
didn't
you
win.
got 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
You're going to do the
Hello.
30. You got any announcements to let people know?
Oh yeah, let me give him.
You got 30
I got
seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
God.
you got 20
No
now.
pressure.
That's an eternity.
16.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Just
Well,
20.
we're flustering the producer.
11. Well, we'll come back and I'll just start it off
There
like
we
that.
go. I
How
Well,
about
we'll
that,
bring it
okay?
back.
Yeah.
All right, don't panic.
Yeah, because you
Nice
had to
out.
go in it.
Nice out.
All right,
Nice
goodbye,
out.
y'all.
See you in
Be
a
right
minute,
back.
y'all. See you
Bye.
in a minute. Okay.
Goodbye.
Be right back.
Be right back. Stay close.
taking it way back. We about to take you back to collard greens and black eyed peas. When mama said roll up your sleeves, then brush your teeth and go to sleep and have sweet dreams, but do not be inside my bed. I will push your head into that white meat, make your ass fall back to sleep and think about the things you did. Remembering when we were kids, when all we had to do was pray and make good grades and say our grace before we ate that dinner plate to thank y'all for another day. Street lights on, it's time to go and head in home before the throne rains down on us to cuss and fuss to whoop our ass across the grass in front of your friends. Go straight to bed and rest your head. You won't get fed, no food to eat. Just go to sleep and don't you weep, don't make a beat. Double dutch and jumping rope and hot and secret light and green turn into things to smell ourselves. Start talking loud and with our chest to get knocked down into that flow into next week and out that door. Cause you are grown, can hold your own, but soon find out that you were wrong. Taking it way back to those good old days. Before the times changed and we lost our ways. Back to training bras and training wheels. Back when music had that good old feeling. Taking it way back to those good old days. Before the times changed and we lost our ways. Back to training bras and training wheels. Back when music had that good old feeling. Good old feeling. Good old feeling. Moved on, now you got your own. Can't tell you shit, you think you're grown. Stay fresh to death, that's what you do. From Kangols to Adidas suits, your Cadillac is sitting mean with rims that stay so fresh and clean, and tints that make it hard to see you when you in that smoking tree. To clear your mind and free your brain, just so you do not go insane. Cause being grown ain't what you thought. From 9 to 5, you work so hard, you're hustling broccoli on the side, just so your bills don't get behind. Got mouths to feed and kids to raise, there's no more time for childish days.
We're back. Welcome back. Shit people are talking about. Welcome back. I'm T.
I'm Jay. Say hi.
Hey, Rebecca Soule Yoga.
Soul man.
Cake Diva.
That's right, the divas in the house.
Mike Sargent.
Mike, you're late, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
You're Mike.
We were doing the wave, and Mike was like, sorry.
Yeah, you just messed it all up.
You dropped the mic.
But I got a couple things I need to drop here.
Drop it fast, girl.
Oh my God, come on. I'm plugging our social media. First of all, we're on Instagram. I changed the name from Sparta TJ to TJ Bout. So it's TJ SHBOUT. I'm going to slow it down. TJ SHBOUT. All right, that's Instagram. On Twitter, we're Shishbout. SH_BOUT, and then you know us on Facebook at Shishbout. Okay? Check us out on all social media. We got pictures and all that good stuff. Also, I would like to thank for the Josh Head, who's supplying all the music that we're listening to and everything.
23 long, guys.
Yes. Are you talking about me right now?
I am. I'm like, Shibout? What the hell is that?
Because you don't listen.
SHBOUT.
Okay, anyways, you just stopped me. Anyways, Josh Head with Matrix Blend. He's played all the music that we're playing right now. Thanks. Well, not all of it. Yeah, JUI's got some too. And then also we're going to talk about the boat. Quickly.
Go. Prince boat.
Yes. Get on the boat. Prince is having, was not Prince.
Oh, I bet you
the
said
supporters.
That's
Supporters of Prince are having a Prince cruise this January 5th through the 10th, leaving out in New Orleans. It's going to be big time fun with all the... Kim Berry's going to be there. She's putting out a book about Prince's life. You know who Kim Berry is?
Tell us.
Kim Berry is the hairstylist for 29 years of Prince.
No
so she's
way,
got
that's
all
a long time.
All we had on the show last week. Going to bring her back. Hopefully we could get her in New York. Right now she's in LA and everything.
Yeah.
So they're doing
She did all the hairstyles.
all the hairstyle that you saw.
29 years.
29 years she did that.
I don't know
And
if she
she's
did
a
Cake
great
Diva's
person.
hairstyle.
So anyway, she's doing her first book signing there at the boat. It's leaving out of New Orleans. And it's
Where's
going
it
to
going?
It's
Are
going
you
to Cosmo. No, I can't. I got my 50th.
Oh, well, tell us
50th
about
what?
that.
Yeah, 50th.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh, let me get through this.
Bury the
My
lead.
35th.
Okay.
I'm like, hello.
Like,
Yes.
50th, what?
Yeah.
50th.
All right. So the cruise. Let me just say this: the cruise is
Quickly,
leaving
girl.
from New Orleans and
She's
going
taking
to
20 minutes.
Shush, Cozumel and Presco.
Shabout.
Presco.
Shabout your mouth.
Mexico. And if you want details, go to PrinceForTheLoveOfGod.org. Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
For the
that's
love
it.
of God.
Well,
For the
two
love of
things.
God.
Two, three things. Just tell us about the 50th. That's a big thing.
I'm
Yeah.
turning 50 next year. Thank you very much.
Right on.
Right on,
You know
right
you
on,
get
right
to celebrate
on,
that for the whole
Believe
year.
it.
I know.
The whole
Black
year.
don't crack. Black don't crack.
That's what I heard, girl. That's what I heard.
And where's the
So,
party?
the
50th
party's-
is fabulous.
Yes, 50th and Fabulous party with my girl Deneen. Anyways, it's in St. Lucia next year in March.
Fun.
Janine Milner? No.
No,
They
you
may
don't
need
know.
a sponsored yogurt.
You know, for part of your 50th birthday
cake.
celebration, you come to Greece with me in May.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Actually, I'm trying to go to Croatia in July, so I don't know why. For this music festival I like to go, I want to
Okay.
go to. So
Like
I got a lot
for
yeah.
specific reason,
I
I
was
would say go. For
thinking
Okay, well,
of-
just let me know
about
why.
Yeah, 'cause we did
Greece.
Croatia it'll be a year ago now, or 2 years ago. A year ago I did Croatia.
You liked
And
it?
it's a tough country.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not going. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it.
If you're in the islands, it's a different experience, right?
Right.
But if you're inside the country, but you're going
Well, you
for a
went for a
concert,
festival,
so I
yeah.
think that's going to
Yeah.
be a different
That should be
experience.
there.
Yeah, that should be cool.
Okay. So, but you all are invited to come. I'll send you all the emails. We can turn up together.
Awesome.
We're having a big party on
Okay.
Saturday.
Do a show. Oh, really?
Yeah.
All planned out,
It's
huh?
all planned
I
out.
like
Yes.
it.
No,
All right.
not in Croatia. St. Lucia.
No, St. Lucia, yeah,
St.
yeah,
St.
yeah.
The
Lucia.
countdown.
And
It's
when's
the
the birthday?
countdown.
What's your sign?
I don't
am-
see a
I
live
am-
shot.
I am
Oh,
actually an Aries,
Aries.
and because
March or like
I'm April.
like
April
Aretha
6th.
Franklin.
April 16th.
She's March 25th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, really? Listen
Yes,
to you.
that's right.
Pulling out the D.
Like,
Soul-
I
I have
Soul Man's
a, I have a
April
question
1st.
though.
Uh-huh.
What kind of cake you gonna have?
I'm gonna have Cake Diva do my cake. Cake Diva gonna do it.
I've traveled
Hey,
to different
Diva.
For
countries, even
3,000
third world
people to
countries.
That's
St.
right.
Lucia.
That my girl coming. Cake Diva gonna
Can
do
we do
it.
signs real quick? I'm Scorpio, Aries, Scorpio, November 19th.
Taurus,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
April, May.
May 14th.
Okay.
Soul Man is
Aries,
April
April what?
1st.
April what? First.
Pisces.
Pisces.
February 28th.
Dang.
Yeah.
Them fishes be going
Taurus,
up and down,
May
straight up
18th.
and
Oh,
down.
Right on.
Taurus, another Taurian.
Virgo.
Oh,
Why you gotta say it all sexy
You
and
just-
shit?
Yeah.
because
September.
it's
September.
Virgo.
I understand.
You always say
Everything-
Virgo sexy.
Perfection.
I guess so.
He's
Tonya,
got perfection.
I always say
He's
Virgo
got
Can I
sexy.
tell you something
Yeah,
about?
that's it. That's what it is.
Virgo the Virgin.
One more.
A Virgo.
And my born day is October 18th.
He's
Libra.
a Libra, yeah. My sister's
I'm a
Libra.
balancer.
What's your sign? Oh, what? But you were born. I love it. I love
He
it.
just came into being.
That
it
is
just
him.
like a
Yeah, just
philosopher.
that
Here
is
I
What's your
am.
sign again?
Shazam.
It's a Virgo.
You're Virgo, and what's your sign?
Libra.
Libra. Okay. So the Aries rock the house.
Yeah.
Or
Anyways.
Taurus. Well, no, Aries. Yeah.
Yeah, Aries rock the
right.
right. So let's go back to what? You got something else to say?
Shabout.
Yeah.
What?
Shabout.
Well, I brought up Musk, which I wanted to talk about. I took some notes celebrating us. You know. Oh, talk to the mic. I'm like
Is it
leaning.
your
It's like
bedtime,
past
Jay?
my bedtime.
Yeah, exactly. He's
It's
getting
like
sleepy. I'm like,
damn,
what's
I'm like ready
wrong?
to crash.
What is wrong?
I'm
He's
like,
thinking I
I'm
do
up
this
in the
hour show.
morning.
No, okay.
I'm like,
I know.
All right,
I'm like
so yeah, we're gonna talk
early,
about
early.
our loyal
5:30
watchers.
Oh yeah, we
followers,
want to
and
talk about the
everything.
loyal,
Watch it.
loyalists.
Okay, so right now, Cake Diva is in the run for all that. She's been with us since our first show.
Yeah.
Has she really? That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, that's why we was like
Everything.
trying to bring her in.
Right on.
You
Condos
know?
and everything. And we also, who else is with us? Who else?
Well, you guys been with us twice. We've
Yeah.
been
Mike's
here.
been here a few times.
Yeah,
You know,
twice.
but
This
we
is
want to
second
shout
time.
out
Third
to the
time,
loyal,
okay.
to the loyal.
Second time for you, definitely
Second time.
giving you all props and shouting you all. Thank you so much for making
thrilled to be
shit
back.
people talking about what it
Pleasure.
is today.
Real pleasure.
Okay.
When Tonya calls, you just jump
Exactly.
to it. That's
Yeah.
Aretha
Yeah. And I think
Hashtag when Tonya called.
I know. I'm like
no, he's
running.
like, what about the next day? And I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah,
You know what?
I know.
Actually, it's fun.
That-
booking
thank
the
you.
show now.
Thank you.
Before I had to do it for money and stress, and
Now you're doing
Oh.
it for fun.
now it's just like,
I
okay,
know.
if you can't, all right.
I was trying to call my girl Arthel, 'cause she was, you know,
Arthel Neville. I
yeah,
love
to
her.
talk about. Hey, shout out to Arthel if you're around.
All right, all
Have
right.
a shout
So
out.
wait a minute. So let's go back to Miss Aretha.
What about it? Oh, you know what I was going to say? I had the 1998 memory at Radio City Music Hall when she replaced Pavarotti and did Ne Son Dormo.
Oh, you were
Oh,
there?
yeah, the opera.
I was
opera thing.
actually there. I
Where's
went
that
97 and 98. It was the Grammys.
She can
Wow.
do everything.
It was the
Yeah.
Grammys.
That
I
is the
didn't-
Grammys. Yeah. So,
Wow.
like, when we were hearing she was sick, I'm like doing my memories and I'm remembering little concerts and little parties. I'm like, I was at the freaking
I was at the big
Grammys,
one.
and both because she it was Radio City that year.
Yeah.
It was Madison Square Garden the other year.
So how are you working the media? How are you getting into the Grammy? It's not an easy ticket.
No, it's not.
easy, okay, but you know I'm in a
Answer that.
Okay.
Because he's Patrick Goddamn Right.
All right.
Precisely it.
Celebrate yourself.
Well, I mean,
That's right.
this book chronicles 25 years in the business, so 98 is within the 25. I've been doing this a long
You've
time.
been taking records,
And
take
I-
You're about
notes.
to blow up even
I
more.
admired these women as a child, but I managed to attract a career where I got a chance to interview them, produce them, write stories on them, promote them. It's
Can I ask
very
you,
organic.
Is your mom in there?
My mom is in here. I lost
Yeah.
her when I was 23.
Oh,
Yeah.
God bless her.
So what has been powerful about the work on this book is it helped me really kind of connect to the reality that she was my first diva.
We
Yes.
toasted your mom. Then
We
we toasted
toasted her.
Yes.
We
Yes.
toasted her. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
was
she was my first diva, and a lot of those memories I had suppressed.
Yeah.
Not wanted to have those pre-23 memories, you know.
Yeah,
but when you before I threw the laptop out because
Uh-huh.
the publisher kept saying we want to know more about your mom, I'm like,
Ah,
but I got there.
okay.
And in getting there, it's made it all good again. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
made it all good again.
So we got
It's
some
hard.
pictures that with right now we
got a
have
picture up right now.
your book launching right now. It's up. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So
It was up.
I'm gonna be in DC
Wow, Jay,
September
you did
10th.
that?
Yeah.
So I have been on the road.
Okay.
We've taken the book
Jay
all
Jones.
over. We've been everywhere from the Dominican Republic to
You
Charlotte.
in DC.
DC September 10th, Monday September 10th, and we're going to do a really fun party that's going to be at 9 Lounge. They've got the whole second level covered, and it's going to be all my Beltway pre-order purchasers, and folks can come and buy anew.
Okay.
Because we'll have books on site as well. So, and my thought beyond Monday the 10th is that I just should stay in DC because the CBC is coming.
Oh yeah, you might as well just.
And
stay.
I might just stay and have a good time and network the book
So
throughout
we have
the
this
week.
picture of you and Aretha
Oh,
right
that's
now.
Aretha
What was
Franklin
that
and
about?
me. She since I'd met her in '93, she would continue to invite me to her different birthday parties
That's
and her
not
different
bad.
holiday parties and such. And so this was a party 3 years ago at the Ritz-Carlton on Central Park South.
Oh.
And she told
fly.
me. But she says, I want you to not only come, she says, I want you to bring cameras. So I called one of my clients in DCBOK. I said, if you guys bring a camera, Miss Franklin says you can come with me.
Oh,
and
wow.
what people don't know is when she throws a party, she literally curates the party. She curates the list. She says who she wants at the party. She will invite people that we haven't heard from in a minute, like a Melba Moore or an Asher Simpson or a Freddie Jackson to sing and perform.
okay.
She'll also go for whimsy. She, in 2008, she called me. She says, I'm thinking, her camp called to say, can you help us find these 3 robust girls who were doing the Single Ladies video? They went viral. Remember that year?
yeah.
So she was like, I want those girls at my holiday party. She told the team, see if Patrick can find them. I found the girls, and she says, well, if you need to bring the girls. So she kind of turned me into an
you know why he
entertainment
did that?
manager.
Exactly.
Do you know why he found them?
Entertainment
Why did
Do
he
you want
find
to
them,
know?
Mike?
Do you want to know why he found them?
Do you know when I found
Because
them?
he's Patrick Goddamn.
Sounds like a spinoff.
That's what I said.
Sounds like a
What
spinoff.
about this picture right here? What about this picture right
So
here?
that was at the preview of Motown the Musical. You guys know I was the opening night host for Motown the Musical
Did not
for
know
Barry
that.
Gordy's
not.
cameras.
Did not know
you
that.
what?
For Barry Gordy's cameras, I was
I
the
mean,
opening night
what?
host. So now this was a preview event,
Wow.
and because
was this?
that was 2015.
Look at her.
She looks beautiful.
She was up
yes.
and Adam.
Amazing.
She was
Beautiful.
up and Adam, and just though she wasn't Motown, she was still Detroit.
Yeah, exactly.
Through and through.
Yeah.
She and Barry Gordy had a very close relationship. She and Diana, contrary to popular belief, do get along and were Detroit homegirls in common. And so she came to this Motown
Wow.
musical event. She was she was coming out. And her publicist, Gwendolyn Quinn, said, hey, Patrick, you want to get a picture with the Queen? She loves you. And I got right into step, and we
It
took a
looks like
picture.
that she's dining.
Yeah.
Is that a diner she's at?
No. We were
Looks
at
like she-
the.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a
This is
black
the
tie
next
event.
one. Look at
Yeah.
this one.
This was at the party in 2008. That was at the actual party
Oh, okay,
that's in
okay.
2008 in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Whimsical, fun party. She had like all the great Motown folks
Their
there.
fur coats on
Martha
the back of her
Reeves. This was 2008, so it was the year of the inauguration. So guess what? We all got vintage. You'll appreciate this, Cake Diva. We all got vintage cakes in the shape of the hat that she wore
Oh,
to the inauguration.
nice.
So
that gray hat.
the gray hat,
gray hat.
yeah. So that was the big takeaway there. And she gave me a little accommodation, financial accommodation for helping out bring those girls.
Oh,
That's
wow.
nice.
And she pulled it out.
Oh yeah,
She did
baby.
my thing.
Wait
Wait a minute. I got like
Classic,
Let me
the
see.
OG
I don't have
style.
Her money had to always be near
She was a
her.
cash lady. She
didn't
was
know
a
she was
cash
doing
lady.
cash.
And I thought I was so
I don't-
honored. I was so honored
I don't
to
have
be
no
getting
change.
Like, yeah.
the zhuzh from
Hey,
the bosom.
The girls are always good for something.
Yeah,
They hold
yeah.
everything.
Wow.
But I point that out because she handled her handle.
That's because she was
She
real.
handled every detail.
That
Yeah.
girl is real.
She
That
handled
girl
every
is real.
detail.
And she kept her purse close
She
to
kept
her.
the purse close.
Close.
Usually right on the arm, if not right at the top of the piano. Like she was never without it. And
Oh,
it did
you
have
said you were gonna sing.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't.
You said you had
I never
a little
said that.
And Aretha,
bit.
He can
Yeah.
sing.
Well, somebody.
Patrick,
No,
Patrick.
Give me
not
some.
in the mood.
You're not in the mood. Why?
I'm blue because of Aretha.
Oh, but what
That's a
your
good
favorite
one.
song you had put in your book? It was like what was it? One night. What was that?
It's my turn? No.
No,
My
I
no.
thought
turn.
you just
The
said
Boss.
jump to it.
No.
Jump to It is my favorite Aretha.
Yeah.
But what happened?
It was
Get a
like
little jump
it was
to
something like One Love. It was
Won't
some
we get in
extra I
trouble
read in
for
your, what
singing
you
on
sent
the-
me.
No,
Facebook.
you won't.
One
Can I
Love.
get a
It
little?
was an old song, a '60s song. Hold on, let me find
I
it.
can't remember. I'm not gonna sing it. But
Okay.
Yeah. I wish we could play. And plus, I mean, isn't that just as bad as?
No, I don't think so.
No.
That's what I was.
What do you
thinking.
think,
Maybe
so?
we would get in trouble.
I don't want to get in
Verbal?
trouble.
Jake, Elwood, Blues Brothers.
I love that
Exactly.
show. Yes.
Right. Well, we should do our favorite Aretha song. Did we do that yet?
No, I'm waiting to hear.
Jump to It is mine.
We did do it.
Oh,
Did-
I
We
thought I
did
was
down
gonna
in the
hear.
lobby. We
That's-
did down in
I
the
thought we
lobby.
were gonna hear
okay.
words.
Yours.
I
we
said
were gonna hear
the
words.
Midnight Train, and then we realized it was on the very last album.
Right.
But I also R.E.S.P.C.T. And
Right.
I love Feel Like a Woman. These are all like the classics. I know they are, but
Yeah, I like the
yeah,
classics. I
but
agree.
they're like, for me, they're
right.
classics.
They hold up. They hold
They
up.
hold up well. I like that.
Woman.
That's my favorite.
Rocksteady. Did anybody like Rocksteady?
How did that go?
Rocksteady is that's hip hop.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
the base of hip hop.
Yes.
That's right. Oh my
In
God.
many
See, I
instances,
forgot about
yeah.
these
When we
songs.
Blues Brothers, we gotta go think.
Gotta go
Right?
think. I like her whole
I'm
energy
a pop
on the
culture
blues.
guy. I know.
Yeah.
I know
You
these
are a
things.
pop culture
I
guy.
know these things.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
What we got?
And then
Diamond?
Sparkle. You mentioned Sparkle
Oh,
as
wow. We
well.
getting ready to go with-
Any
we're
other
gonna leave.
favorites that just come to mind?
No, it's funny you were saying.
Oh yeah, Sarge.
But I have to say, even though I'm a man,
Good.
Come on,
I
Quiet
do
Storm.
like- I do like her version
Our
of Natural
Love.
Woman.
Yeah, Natural Woman.
I do,
Beautiful.
and there's another one I like too. And I was looking.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
What's
Can you hear me
the,
now?
No, baby.
Can you
talking
hear
all
me now?
sexy.
Can you hear me now?
That's his
Yeah.
thing.
Is your show on tonight?
My show is on when you turn this show off. Okay, which is riveting. Then you can go to WBAI, and I'm playing Aretha for another hour from
Okay.
11 to midnight on 99.5. You mean about me or what I'm playing on the show? Well, my show tonight is really it's about the music. What I do is I cover her career. I talk about the influence of the church in her life, her father, what started her on her path to having a 6-decade career, and then I play music. The music she did with a lot of other people, the remixes that people have done, the tributes people have done, and just
Tell people
some
tune
rare
in to
Aretha.
WB.
That's what I like to play.
And you know what gets lost in the sauce? Aretha's A Deeper Love, Pride, which
Oh,
is an homage to the
yes.
LGBTQIA LMNOP. Hello! She has given it to us. Don't let that soul diva fool you. She loved her gays as well. I just want to throw that out
I
She
there.
love
was part of
gays,
it.
too.
She was down
Definitely
with
do.
Pride.
Yeah, I don't
She
see
was down with
anything.
civil
We're
rights.
sisters.
She was down with Vietnam. She
Yeah.
was
She's
down
down
with
with a lot of
AIDS. She was
things.
down with a lot of stuff.
She was down with life.
She
You know,
was.
she was
That's what I
down
was
like
gonna
life.
say.
Humans.
She was a human being.
Yeah.
She
Yes, she
loved.
was.
She loved.
She was.
She loved.
She loved.
She loved.
That's all it is. It's
And
love.
so generously.
All it is.
And she loved her soap operas, which I just loved. And
Now
Right,
look,
no,
I grew
that
up.
was
My
funny.
my mom made me watch All My Children, so I stuck with that.
There you go.
All My Children.
that's
was,
Erica
yes.
Kane, right?
Yes, Erica
Yeah,
Kane.
Kane.
You
Susan
had
Lucci. I interviewed her.
Susan
Susan
Oh,
Lucci
really?
Yes,
at her
Susan
home.
Lucci.
13
And then-
years or 18, no Grammy.
So I
One-
flipped
one
over to
award.
YR
Yeah, something
later.
like that.
Me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I
My
flipped over to
great-grandmother-
YR. in
18, it
college.
was 18.
My great grandmother used to watch the one with the hourglass.
That's Days Are Alive. Yeah.
What about
That's
One Life to
NBC.
Live?
One Life to Live. It started off with Days Are Alive, One Life to Live.
Dark Shadows, Dark Shadows.
What's
Oh,
that?
Oh, you're going all the way back.
Remember
All the way
Loving?
back.
Remember
Are we-
Ryan's Hope?
Aretha and I were the CBS people. We did Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, Guiding Light, and As World Turns. I'm sorry. That's all we did.
That's all you watch.
Right.
I said, well, since I'm watching the shows, I might as well make some money off it all these years that they've been on from day one.
Hello.
So that's how another
You
reason is the
serviced a
case.
lot of those shows that were here in New York.
That's right,
So
baby.
which one?
Every single one. All My Children,
Yeah.
One Life to Live, The City, Loving, yeah.
The New York
baby.
show.
So who taught you how to
ABC.
measure? Was it your parents, your family? Is it generational? Like who taught you how
Taught
to
you
do
how to bake?
yoga?
Who taught me how to do yoga?
Yeah.
My
Wow.
mom was a French
My-
pastry baker, and my father was an artist and an architect, and I have my master's in art
Okay.
and music and drama. So I like to make an artistic work of art, and I like the drama of it all, and I like to make the cake sing.
And that's cakediva.com, correct?
That's right.
All right. And how'd you? So you shifted.
I shifted from a PhD in biology and doing research and teaching science to teaching yoga. And I went, but my first yoga teacher was while I was doing my PhD, and he was in this garage place for it was just this random gym yoga, and he was this.
Why yoga? Why yoga? Was it
Because
trendy?
I had a friend.
Okay.
I had a colleague in the Department of Biology. He was married to this really cool chick, and I wanted
really?
a friend outside of the science department, and she just thought I would love yoga, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like yoga. And I said, well, if this is what I have to do to be friends with her, I'll go to this yoga.
Okay.
And I went, and pretty soon I was going more than she was.
Yoga, smoga.
Oh, really?
Funny, yeah.
That's
And then my first teacher, when I finished my PhD, he came to the party and he said, hey, so now that you've got your PhD, you can teach yoga.
Oh.
And I said, T, you gotta be crazy. I have a PhD in biology. I'm gonna be a professor.
right. Makes sense.
You are a professor.
Exactly. So fast forward 15 years later, I sent him an email, hey T, I just want to let you know I started teaching yoga. And he wrote back and he was like, it's good to hear you finally doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
That's
the path.
He knew it. He totally called
That's
it.
the path.
He totally called it.
Because sometimes people hesitate to find their paths.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of
Well, they
people
do.
15 years.
scared.
And
I was going to ask you
You're
something.
fair.
Well, I was gonna say you shouldn't be afraid to just finish,
Right.
and then, there's completion,
Yeah.
and then there's life.
Yes.
So you can complete anything. You
Yes.
can complete a doctorate, but then you can choose life,
How
and
you
it
live.
might be connected or not.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, this
Exactly.
is what brings the show around because we keep saying throughout the summer, right? Trailblazers.
Trailblazers.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
How do you become that best person, that shit, that you? Because you go through, you fail.
How do you follow your dreams? A lot of people don't do that.
You get back up. And I always tell kids, I've been speaking to a lot of young people on this tour, a lot of LGBTQIAs. I tell them, and I say this only because I can testify it. It is truly always darkest before dawn. So
It's
if you
true.
stay the course, you get the luxury
Never give up.
of light the next day. You know, when Diana Ross, my diva, said 35 years ago, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, as she's singing in the torrential rainstorm in Central Park.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She says, I made the decision, we'll do it again tomorrow. And guess what? They did it again the next day. And what she said as she came out of the trailer from the back before she sang I'm Coming Out, it's a new day.
Oh my God.
And I use that.
Were you there that
Were
concert?
you
I
there?
was a 12-year-old kid looking
Yeah.
at it on
Yeah.
TV in
Oh.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh.
Worried about my diva and that if she was going to get electrocuted, looking at her like, oh my God, is she going to be okay? And then I'm like, how's she going to do it the next day? I didn't know how. She had to cut a check for it later on, you know, to the city.
To make it happen.
To make it all good, to reconcile.
Right.
But
Was
she
it a
made
personal
the
Diana
decision. It was
Ross
a
check?
personal check, yeah.
Really?
But she made and handed it over to Koch, and everything was good. And that playground still lives on 81st
Yeah, it does.
in
Oh, yeah.
Central Park West.
Yeah,
You know.
that's a big
That's
deal.
in our neighborhood.
It is. I probably was biking by it today.
But it's a
playground.
new day, and I just think if more of
day.
our kids would
I love that.
see
It's
the
a new day.
It's a new day.
and like a declaration,
Yeah.
like I'm the ish, like I'm the
the
ish.
shit. Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I'm the ish, you're
It's
the
a
ish, everybody's the ish,
declaration.
yeah?
That's-
So the moral of the story is to get back up. If you fall down, dust your knees off.
Get back up.
Get back up.
Yeah.
And follow your dreams, I guess, your
Get
passions.
better at falling.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Right.
That's it.
And learn what you did wrong the first time.
Right.
Yeah, don't
Learn
forget.
from your mistakes.
Then you
Exactly.
become an authority and a
Yeah.
force.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
That's the true
You sleepy,
wisdom.
Jay?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
pass your best.
I don't think he's actually really awake. I think his eyes are just kind of like
I don't
taped
know.
open a
Just
little
like-
bit, and he's
Are
like
you
that's
tired, Jay?
animated.
Well, I'm doing
Sleepy
like
Jay.
everybody else. I was like, oh, just hit you like.
Mike's looking pretty sleepy over there too.
Mike, you sleepy?
His eyes are half.
Well, listen, it's up
been
to
up
11.
since
we
4
doing what we
a.m.
gotta do.
4 What were you doing at 4 a.m.?
4 a.m. I had to be up because Fox sends a car for me at 5:45.
What time you did the show?
My hit was 6:58.
Wait, it takes.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
hold on. It takes you an hour and 45 minutes to get ready.
No, but it takes me about a half hour before I get out of bed. So
I get
okay,
that.
I wake up
That's
before.
fair. That's fair.
It's
I got
all in
it.
the
I'll get out of
countdown.
bed.
Okay.
Exactly. I get it, baby.
You
I
got the
get it. I do
snooze
too.
button.
gotta
I
reconcile.
snooze for half an hour.
Haven't we all
You
done
did.
a
That's the
version of the
soulmate.
graveyard shift?
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
signed. That's your same.
Yeah.
What was the hit?
Yeah.
The hit was. They asked me to talk about 4 different things, but we ended up just talking about Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Maria?
All right, so
Maria.
we got to wrap it
I
up.
had a
It's time
guest
for us
on
to
this
go.
morning. Oh,
For real, we're
going.
At 5:45.
So everybody plug yourself for it and say goodbye.
Yeah.
We're gonna say goodbye. We got 50 seconds.
We just
No,
did.
I'm out.
This was the other hour.
I am out.
I think that Mike should introduce Patrick.
Yeah, do it.
Hey, Mike.
You got
Mike,
45
who is
seconds,
this?
Mike. We gotta go tight.
Thank you for having Patrick Goddamn Riley.
Goddamn right.
Go buy the book. You can get it on Dorpy Books website. That's DORPIE books.com.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
So, what you got?
Thank you, Cake
I
Diva.
got Soule Yoga, Soul Yoga, and I've got trips coming up next year in Japan, ski and yoga.
My birthplace. I was born in
And-
Tokyo.
Oh, that's awesome. And
Cake
Greece
Diva.
in
And
May.
Greece.
Cake
And
Diva.
Greece, yeah.
CakeDiva.com, Cake Diva number, the word number, and the letter, the one.
Well, all right.
On
Well,
Instagram.
next week I'm not gonna be here. Thank you, baby. Next
Oh
week
yeah,
I'm gonna be
next
here.
week
I'm
I
out.
got a shop for a co-host. We have Millie coming in right now because she couldn't make it because
Yep.
her deal. And that is the show.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank y'all.
Yay.